Sean. He'll get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
That's right. I'm looking like a woolly mammoth, but we're going to keep it going because Northwestern is right around the corner. I think it's 75 days in the wake up. The captain, the ticket, 93.7. I know you've been waiting. You waiting. And if you ain't sitting in your seat, driving a car, or doing something where you can't move, you should be moving around right and get it all worked out today. Got a great show lined up. Andrew Shanle, brother of Scott Shanle. This will be a great interview. One, he's a head coach of a 6A in Houston.
Is that the biggest class?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think.
I don't know the classes in other states.
I want to tell you 6A is as big as it gets in Texas.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, well, we want to be sure. You know what I'm saying? We want to be sure. But I think 6A is as big as it gets in Texas. But Andrew Shanle played football for the University of Nebraska, 02, I think, to 06. Had a chance to go on to New York Giants and play for the New York Football Giants and win a championship the one year in our recent memories that we can remember the Giants winning the championship.
It does look like 6A is the biggest.
Yeah, 6A is huge.
Because 1A is 6-man, so then I'm guessing it goes down to 6A would be the biggest.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. So he coaches in the biggest division in Texas.
Biggest division. So I want to talk to him kind of about, because he's in Houston, he's in one of the biggest metropolitan areas as well. I want to talk about competition. I want to talk about differences. He's from Nebraska. So, it is absolutely positively going to be a great conversation with him. I don't know how long I'm going to have him. At some point, I would imagine I'm going to get Scott Shanle, which is big bro, who played for a long time, played in the league for about 11 years, finished his career with the New Orleans Saints. So it's going to be a Rock'em Sock'em show. We're going to talk a little bit about this whole Carl Lewis thing, man. I want to put this to rest. Let's go ahead and play the Carl Lewis because I'm feeling a little froggy today, folks.
Hold on, I got to pull it back
I got
up.
hair everywhere.
I got to pull it back up.
Looking like an old grandpa, even though I am a grandpa.
You're a grandpa. You're not that old, though.
No, I'm not an old grandpa, but I'm a grandpa. But, man, I tell you what, the ticket water cooler on the block was stricken Bach, right?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. We're going to be at Mary Ellen's. I'm going to be there at 4 o'clock as well. I think I have to do a little something. We're going to be there from 3 to 8, though. 28 Pine Lake Road. Oh, it's 9.
Yes. Yeah, well,
Okay.
3 to 9 because
well, I'm not going to be there till 9.
Priscilla and I will be doing our show from 7 to 9.
Oh,
and we will be
I'm
out
going to miss
there.
Priscilla.
Well, I mean, if you stay till at least 8.
I'm not staying till no 7 or 8.
7:30.
I got stuff going on, man.
7:30.
I would love
be on one segment with Priscilla.
Holy smokes, though. But
You're gonna get fed. You're fine.
It ain't about the food. It's not
you
about
can drive
the food.
back.
Not,
You'll be okay. Look, yeah. See you
I'm
need
trying
some
to
food.
trim it up.
You need some food.
I'm
You're
trying
looking
to-
like a skeleton.
I'm trying to trim up a little bit.
You look
know what I'm saying?
thin.
I'm looking a little thin.
You look thin. My grandma would feed you.
She would.
Yeah,
My grandma would feed me too.
she'd give you 3 plates. She'd be like, "You need to eat more."
Well, that's not what the scale says. The scale says 240.
Don't pay attention to the scale.
All right, so listen, come hang out with us and Husker athletes. Let Charles and the company fill your plate. Menu baskets and items like this: brisket, catfish, pulled pork sandwich, slab of ribs, hot butter wings, smoked cheeseburger. Let me say that one more time. Hot butter wings.
That sounds amazing.
Baked beans, cornbread, collard greens, coleslaw, grits, shrimp and grits, shrimp and grits, mac and cheese, potato salad, and more.
When I tell you those are the best baked beans I've ever had, those are the best baked beans I've ever
I'm
had.
coming, Chuck. Coming, man.
Oh,
I've been waiting for Mary Ellen.
it's gonna be delicious.
He came in one time, graced us with all that good food, and then
And then he has it.
we haven't seen him since. So it'd be good to see Charles and the people down
It's
there.
understandable. He's busy, but man,
Yeah.
you can't just give us delicious food like that and then never come back. What are you doing?
Come down, hang out with us. The whole, for the most part, the ticket family will be there. Be a good time to just come out, hang out, get to know everybody that's involved, get to know some of the Husker players as well. But it's gonna be a good time. So, without further ado, we're going to play a little Carl Lewis.
Here we go. Oh, say, can you see? And the Rockets.
Oh,
Red flag.
couldn't get out of there.
Uh-oh.
And then he said, uh-oh.
I'll make up for it now. For the land of the free.
Bailed.
Do you know the song?
This one just jumps around. This is the cut up one. If you want the full version, but
I want
that's
the full version.
You want the full
Yeah,
version?
because it's
so you can get all of it. I mean, that whole thing is that. Oh goodness.
Come on, man. You're messing this up. I'm going somewhere with this.
Good job.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed
Okay, pause it.
at the twilight?
So he's doing well now.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I mean, it started a little rocky. Nobody really holds that note ever, but you do you.
You got to get your breath up. Go ahead.
You do you, I guess.
Light last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the rampart we watch with so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red flag.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I just love how you said, uh-oh.
Who's that? Uh-oh. Wait, just play that part again. About 10 seconds.
Red flag. Uh-oh.
He tried to go higher, and his voice was like, nah, we're not doing that.
Oh, man. Just keep.
Okay. First singing it, gave proof through the night.
Sing faster.
That a black was still there. I'll make up for it now. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free.
Bail.
And the home of the
All right.
Had to hold that note extra long at the end to try and make up.
We're gonna open the show up with that all the time now.
Uh-oh.
With the national champion. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. See if I can find that part again.
All right. Hey, y'all gotta get ready to have me go on this tangent, man.
It's necessary.
It's not gonna happen on this tangent right here. I'm just saying.
and the Rockets red flag. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You should never say uh-oh.
He knew. He knew.
Uh-oh.
He blew it.
It's okay.
He was trying to see. That's what happens when you try to do too much.
Yeah.
That was a do too much moment. He should just flow through it, and then at the end, do what everybody do.
Mm-hmm.
And the home of the
and then you hold that one.
red. Yeah.
He tried to
It was all over.
crescendo with the red glare.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's not a crescendo point. Not for you.
It was cool in the beginning.
He didn't sound bad.
No,
he was pretty
cool
good.
in the
And
beginning.
as soon as he got there, I was like, "Oh no, we're in for a roller coaster." He just tried to go fast and speed through the rest of it.
Text line is open. Listen. So I'm do what I do, and I'm browsing and pillaging in the morning on the internet trying to find information.
Tippity tapping on your laptop.
Tippity tapping it on the laptop on my desktop, and something rolled across my screen.
Uh-oh.
And it was ESPN's
Mm-hmm.
top 100 running backs. You should see that?
I did not see that.
Very interesting.
Top 100
Running backs.
like professional college, or was it just all
It
running
seemed
backs?
like it was just all running backs. I thought more so college, but I could be wrong. But it was ESPN top 100 running backs. Okay. And how many running backs do you think we had in there?
Nebraska?
Yeah.
Ooh. At least 2, 3, 4, 6, 7?
Who would be your top two?
Lawrence Phillips and Mike Rozier. And
Cool.
Amon Green's probably in there as well.
Okay. And then who would be your bottom three?
Amir Abdullah. I know I'm spacing on everybody else's names.
And by the way, Ellison, Illinois, that was Carl Lewis's rendition of the Star Spangled Banner in front of a lot of people.
He was back home in New Jersey. He was singing for an NBA game.
And he blew it royally. But anyway, who? You said Roy Halou?
I didn't, but I guess you could put him in there.
No, what?
I said Amir Abdullah.
You said Amir.
Amir. Okay, you throw Roy in there. Halou, and then I am hip.
Okay, so this is college football.
Okay. So those top three still stay the same. Amir, Halou had a great college career. I mean, he has the singles game rushing record for Nebraska, which I don't know how much that contributes to the rest of college football, but you would think with a school with the long lineage of great running backs, that would mean something.
Why do they always want you to pay to continue reading?
Is it like ESPN Plus?
Yeah.
I have ESPN Plus.
Do you?
I do.
Good. You got it then. Let's go.
Where's the article?
They want it's college football's top 100 backs, or ESPN ranks top 100 running backs of all time.
College football running backs.
And
I'll find it at some point.
Listen, here's the deal. Sutter Heyman text line is open. It is absolutely open on the Captain Show. Ticket 93.7. Who would you rank top 10 running backs? But just give me your top 5. Top 5 college running backs of all time.
Barry Sanders,
One.
Bo Jackson. I'd have Barry Sanders 1.
Barry Sanders 1. Who?
Bo Jackson, Herschel Walker. I don't know. Why I can't remember. SMU. Dickerson. Eric Dickerson.
There you go.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush.
I'll throw him up there.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well, you said 5. That was my 5.
Give me 5 more.
5 more.
Come on, college. You're not
college.
You gotta go back now.
Texas running back got in trouble because he smoked a lot. He smoked so much that he forgot he wasn't supposed to smoke. Ricky Williams. I love that story. I smoked so much I forgot I wasn't supposed to smoke.
What about Orenthal?
Oh yeah, OJ, of course.
Who else?
Although he doesn't have a Heisman anymore. Orenthal James. I feel like Texas has a lot of them.
You only name 1.
I named 2.
Okay, I'm waiting.
I don't know, man. I know there's a bunch.
Come on,
you get put on the spot. You can't think.
No, see,
you get put on the spot, and all the names just rush out of your head.
There's some old heads in there that you're missing out.
I know, and I'm hating myself for it.
But you're missing out. You're starting to show your age now. Come on,
it's a lot of recency bias for me.
Oh my god. Andrew says Reggie Bush. Abe says Bo Jackson.
I already said Bo Jackson. Mike Rozier.
Earl Campbell.
The other Texas running back. Damn it. Hate myself.
Eric and Lincoln says, more detailed question for the captain. Nebraska roster only. Which running back talked the most smack and had the most swagger? Clint Childs and Calvin Jones were good, but also had the swag. Nebraska roster only. I'm coming back to that. Eric and Lincoln, I'll be back to that. I want to Archie Griffin. There it is. Jeremy the Grill Master.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if Marcus
Bradford Baldwin,
Dupree,
Marcus Dupree, huh?
the greatest it never was.
Come on, man. Look him up, man.
Oh no, I know about him. I watched the 30 for 30.
Look him up.
I watched the 30 for 30.
Look him up, man. Joe Brown, Archie Griffin. Look him up, man.
Jim Brown? Is that what Jeremy means?
I think
Probably.
he means Jim Brown.
I'll say who's Joe Brown?
Not Joe Brown. Joe Brown. Okay, so now
I gotta
what
log
did
into
we
this
think?
freaking thing.
Amon Green fell in at what number?
Amon Green. He's
Roadkill coming in. Hold up. Roadkill coming in with some Jim Brown,
Gale
Sayers,
Sayers,
yeah,
Jerome Bettis.
out of Omaha, man.
Gale Sayers.
Jerome Bettis. Tony Dorsett. Come on, Bubba. Billy Sims.
See, it's like all of these, you know these names, but you get asked a question. And how it always happens. You get asked a question about something that you feel like you know a decent amount about, and everything just leaves your mind.
Willie says LP all day. I concur. Here's the problem though. Eric and Lincoln, Ron Dane. I like that.
Good pull.
Yeah.
Marshall Falk.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Doug. Make sure we put Doug in there. But where are we at here? Amon Green came in at number 55.
I was gonna say top 50.
So that's a long listen. He came in at 55.
That's close.
You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to know. Eric says Danny Woodhead. Top 100? Eric, top 100?
I wouldn't go with that far.
Okay, LaDainian Tomlinson. I'll go with that one.
How did I forget LaDainian? What is my problem? I am mad at myself.
I got a better question.
I'm gonna mess it up. I already know it.
I got a better question. Greatest white running back of all time. Ooh, Franco Harris. Nice. Come on. You don't even
Christian
know him.
McCaffrey.
Dang, that's all you got? Give me top 5.
Top 5 white running back.
Yeah. top 5 white running back.
Oh.
You got to go back. See,
I know. I got to go back.
I don't know some football to go back and do this type of action. I can't believe you don't. Come on.
You're going to say the name and I'm going to know it. Like, I know the names. I just can't think of any right now. That's what happens when you get put on the spot.
All right. So
do this to me.
Justin says somebody had a list of top 5 running backs all time on Twitter, and a kid. Oh.
And the kid did what?
You have to read that.
Hold on. Who said it?
From standing up.
Justin? Okay.
Yeah. Somebody had a list of top 5.
And I kid you not, they had Adrian Peterson 3 and Barry Sanders 4.
Oh, wow. Oh, he's saying a little youngster. Justin, you're right. They have no idea, do they?
John Cappelletti. Rex over Christian. No. I don't know if that's a controversial take, but I would not. I love Rex Burkhead, and I think he's an amazing running back, but I would not take Rex Burkhead over Christian McCaffrey.
Hey. Really?
I would not.
Really?
Really. John Riggins. Thank you.
What are you talking about? I mean,
that's the name I couldn't think
one of
of.
My favorite running backs of all time.
Couldn't think of his
John
name.
Riggins. Sheesh. Jeff Kinney. That's good.
Tyler.
Yeah, I know, right, Tyler. Larry Zonka.
Ooh.
Better stop playing. Dirty Tony and the boys. Marcus Allen. Jeff absolutely would be a great one. Also,
Toby Gerhart.
High school, so I'm a little biased. LOL.
Somebody said Toby Gerhart. Toby Gerhart was that dude for a year.
Marcus Dupree. Craig James.
Oh.
Craig James, a great one. What are you talking about? 3329, Gerhart. Oh, tough Tony Davis, man. Tom Rathwin would probably be more in the fullback category. I don't know if I would put him. Larry Zonka, though. Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
Paul Hornick. How can you forget about him?
It's a great question.
Any list. Andre Franklin, Jarvis Redwine, David. Whoever that. How you say that last
Where?
name?
Who said it?
7940.
7940. Where'd it go? Okay. Jarvis Redwine, David Froof.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
It's a nice little list. Christian McCaffrey, Craig James, Danny Woodhead, Rex Burkhead, John Riggins. Who are you taking off that list?
Who am I taking off that list?
If you had to get one starter, who are you taking? Dusty, nobody said Frank Gore yet.
It's either Riggins or McCaffrey.
Take a big John Riggins, baby. Tyler says Tony Davis and Josh Davis. The Davises.
The Davises.
The Davises. Fullback Judd Davies, Eric and Lincoln says. We ain't on fullbacks, Eric.
Come on, man.
Rick Burns. I like that. Charles White. Let's see. Bubba. How can we forget Doak Walker?
Oh.
Why would we forget Doak Walker?
I don't know. Too far back.
Maybe, yeah, but I mean, it's the best running back award.
It is.
Mike Allstott.
Mm.
Oh, now, John Riggins.
Mike Allstott was that dude.
Dang.
I'm still trying to find this dang article because I finally got into my ESPN Plus account and it's not letting me, and I hate it.
Dang. How did I forget about Allstott?
All right, I think I just found it.
Roadkill says Thermo Thomas. Jim Brown. Yeah, I like Thermo.
All right, I found it.
Did you find
I
out
found
100?
Yep, I found it.
Okay, so Mike Allstott.
Do you want to start at 1 and work our way?
Jackson.
Do you want to start at 1 and work our way down, or start at 100 and work our way up?
I kind of want to start at 100 and work my way up.
Okay, we can do that. Scroll
we'll
right back up. We can do this. We can go through a little quicker, but it's fine.
Yeah, you can't pull that up where I can read it.
No,
because I don't want to.
I'd have to log in, but no.
Jeff Kinney. Okay.
Greg Lewis was number 100. He was a running back for Washington from 87 to 90. This is the last 60 years is what they have. Ronnie Harmon out of Iowa. Ruben Mays, Washington State. Garrett Wolf, Northern Illinois. Donnie Anderson, Texas Tech. Travis Etienne, the most recent of those, Clemson, 2017 to 2020. A lot of old names. I don't want to read all of them.
Yeah,
it's
don't
going
read
to
them
take
all.
forever.
Let's just read the ones you know.
Yeah,
read those.
I'll try and find them. Larry Zonka.
You probably should give me that. What number is Larry Zonka?
86. Sean Alexander, 85. Emmett Smith, 77.
Really?
Najee Harris, 76. Leonard Fournette, 75.
Whoa, okay. Fournette cracking the top 75.
Toby Gerhart, 74. Kadeem Carey, 73. J.K. Dobbins, 72. Dalvin Cook, 71. Kajana Carter out of Penn State, 70. Saquon Barkley, 68. Nick Chubb, 65. Royce Freeman, 63. D'Angelo Williams, 62. And then your top 60, number 60, Mike Allstott.
Dang. Okay, so hold it right there. We gotta get Andrew on the line.
Yep.
And we'll come back to this once we finish our interview with Andrew, the brother of Mr. Scott Shanle. Scott Shanle. You just let me say anything, don't you? The captain, the ticket, 93.7. Be right back.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
It's the weekend. Do you know where your kids are? The dangers of alcohol, marijuana, and other controlled substances are bad enough. They become even worse when teens get behind the wheel or catch a ride with an impaired driver. Parents, it's time to start what could be a life-saving conversation with your kids about the dangers of underage drinking and drug use. Learn more at coalitionrx.org. Paid for by federal grant dollars through Nebraska DHHS and Region 6 Behavioral Healthcare. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this summer. Check out their new Keen and Tiva brand sandals for hiking and Olukai sandals for sitting by the pool. Plus, they're stocked up on Hey Dudes to catch you up on the latest shoe fashion. They also have shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Coppell talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at coppellcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour, and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Join Nebraska Public Media and Trailblazers in women's athletics Saturday, June 18th for a live event celebrating the 50th anniversary of Title IX legislation. Join me, Aaron Sorensen, along with three-time Olympic medalist and Nebraska volleyball standout Jordan Larson, plus Carol Frost, Peaches James Keaton, and Brenda Van Langen. Title IX, 50 Years in the Making is Saturday, June 18th at 6 p.m. in the Coliseum at UNL. Free tickets are available at nebraskapublicmedia.org/Title IX.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. Start saving more for retirement now, so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
A message brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Pillar Restaurant Group is proud to announce the full opening of our brick-and-mortar venue-at-home store, Lincoln's new premier specialty grocers. This store is home to our brand new Butchery by Venue. Get the finest Nebraska steaks, hand-cut in-house by our butcher, prepared for our restaurants, and available for you to take home. With hand-selected specialty seafood, charcuterie, wine, bourbon, and liquor options. Come in today to see what we have to offer at 70th and Pioneers in the Pioneer Woods Shopping Center. Open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Sunny skies and warm temps here for your Thursday, an afternoon high of 90 with an east wind at around 10 to 15. We'll see thunderstorms develop this evening into tonight, possibly some severe weather with a low down to around 68. More of the same tomorrow. It'll be clearing with sunny skies by the afternoon and a high of 92. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know what? Let a black shirt too. the first part.
What some consider a sacrifice, black shirts consider it an honor.
Being a black shirt stands for being the most physical.
It's relentless play, never taking a play off, and you're a game changer.
When you put on the black shirt, you just feel like just a whole different person.
You're part of a family. You're out there as a unit, and you don't want to let that other person down.
Some people say, well, defense is nothing but a necessary evil. Well, the black shirts like to show people what evil really means.
It's called Charlie McBride, talking about the black shirts. Without further ado, I have a little brother in the faith from a different coach, but the same uniform. Andrew Shanle is with me. Andrew, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing fine. I appreciate you having me on.
Man, I appreciate you coming on, man. When I found out you were a coach, that made it all the more important to get you on because we need recruits up here.
Hey, I'm trying, and I think I was close most recently with some guys that went through the junior college ranks, but I'm trying everything I can to get these kids down here to understand that there is a world north of Oklahoma. They can take recruiting trips up and see some of the best facilities in the nation. I'm doing everything I can.
Now, when you say that, help the Ticket Country listeners understand that most people, when they go when they are in the South, especially in Texas, they can't get past Oklahoma. Why is that?
Yeah. Well, when I first came down, obviously I'm still bleed red, and I'm a huge Nebraska supporter down here, and the facilities that everybody has down here of high school ranks and the number of Division I colleges that are available to these kids, I understand why they're not taking a lot of trips outside the state. But when I travel around and I see the stadiums, the practice facilities, the support centers that these students have at these different universities, in no disrespect by any means, I think they're all great institutions. I really do get frustrated because if these guys would just go up and look and see the city of Lincoln, see the campus, what Nebraska has to provide, I think it would blow them away. Marcus Mendoza played after I was there, and I worked with Marcus Mendoza down here. He was a Houston area kid, and we talked most recently, and he said he had no intentions of going to Nebraska until he went on that final visit, and he said he was just in awe, and it won him over instantly. So, a lot of great universities down here, but I really believe that Nebraska can still win that recruiting battle when kids get onto campus.
With you being a head coach since 2019, how do we make that how do we get into Houston from Nebraska? How do we transition that and build that relationship? Is it, having the Mickey Josephs come there? What does that look like in order to build that relationship so they know Nebraska is football friendly?
Well, in no means am I an expert in this. I've not been doing it, as long as, what my opinion probably states. But I have this conversation a lot with the older ball coaches down in the area where they remember, the past years, and they had that relationship as our recruiting base, was in the Midwest. And, when you have guys that grew up watching Turner Gill, and then the recruiting kind of stayed that same way in the Big 12, in my opinion, I don't have anything factually to base this off of, but in my opinion, you've got those deep-rooted relationships in the high school ranks as you were in the Big 12. And then when we went through the coaching changes, it appeared to me that our recruiting base and, another way of just saying your relationships changed where we started looking out to the West. And then, we get into the Big Ten, and we're picking up some more Florida, and we're trying to recruit in the eastern part of the country, and rightfully so. We need to look across the entire nation. But I feel like ever since that Big 12 and the Big 8, the Big 12 changed, just the relationship aspect of having a University of Nebraska coach walking into the school and having that head coach or those coordinators in that high school campus recognizing you and having those conversations, I think it's changed drastically when you just look at the recruiting base. You can get out on the road and see coaches just a few number of times. And when you go years, without seeing a coach, that the power of that end kind of fades a little bit in that tradition. But in my opinion, that's what I've kind of attributed it to, is maybe just our recruiting base has shifted too many times, just with the changing of coaches and what we need to do to be competitive in the Big Ten Conference.
No, I'm 100% in agreement with you on that. I think it's all about relationships. And here's the deal that gives us, if you had to name one hotbed for talent, it'd be Texas.
It'd be Houston, Texas.
You want to go even more specific? It'd be Houston.
There's a tremendous amount of talent in small town Texas, everywhere. I get it. But Houston, Texas is, to me, it's a hotbed. And I always kind of ask coaches how long they spend down here. And really the most frequent response is, we can't spend enough time down here. We wish we could spend more. There's so much. And I understand San Antonio and Dallas and West Texas, they're loaded. But Houston, Texas has so much potential and just raw ability that I think it's one of the biggest hotbeds in the country.
Have you has anybody from the university got a chance to get down and see your campus and what you got going down there in Cypress?
Oh yeah, they have. I grew up. I played with Greg Austin when we were at Nebraska, and when he was on staff, he was coming by and recruiting. I'll see Greg every now and then when he's down to seeing family. But we've had more phone contact. We've had some interactions when we've had some of those big time players. And I love every kid I have. I love every kid that we coach against and compete against. And I'll always do what I can to kind of mention those kids that I feel can be, players at Nebraska. But we've always stayed in touch, stayed in contact, whether it's my athletes or area athletes. But yes, Nebraska has continued to recruit Houston.
Talk a little bit about, Andrew, about football, because you play football in Nebraska, right? And I play football in Nebraska. Of course, you play 8-man, but you know football in Nebraska. What's the differences between football in Nebraska and football in Houston?
The passion, there's no difference in passion. The kids love the game. You may have more kids in Nebraska that spend more time just living and breathing, and they're working the farm, they're going to jobs, and they're still going to be at those workouts at 5 o'clock in the evening. And I think about myself growing up in St. Edward. We all had things going on. We were, working the farm, and then we would get back together, and 5, 6 o'clock, we'd get into open weight room. We'd handle the workouts ourselves. It was just, it was a passion. You're committed to it. That passion's the same everywhere. I mean, if you play football and you love it, you love it. The difference is just truly what's around you and the time, the money, the resources that are devoted to developing the athlete year round. In Texas right now, you go to a 7-period school day. Well, you have an athletic period for varsity athletics. You have an athletic period for freshman athletics. You're not only just lifting and running, but you're meeting, your film time, you're watching football, you're going through reps out on the turf fields. Just the resources that are poured into it, and the game stadiums just kind of make it a bigger feel all in all. I know small town Nebraska football. I can't really comment on the Lincolns and Omahas, but the passion is there. It's just what's around it. The head coaches, I'm a head coach, but I'm also the campus athletic coordinator. So I'm not teaching classes, but I'm working with the athletic department. And that in itself kind of gives us an advantage on overall program development.
No, definitely. I'm talking to Andrew Shanle, former Husker. Andrew, when you became a head coach, what was your mindset? What did you want to be as far as did you already have a preconceived notion? I'm going to be a 4-3 defense. I'm going to run a 4-3 defense. We're going to be a balanced offense, and then we're going to be an attacking special teams. What was your mindset when you got the head coaching job?
Well, my mindset, my philosophy is all kind of morphed around defending Bill Callahan's West Coast offense. I saw the many benefits of the formations and what that brought, merging together what Kevin Cosgrove and Phil O'Mation and Bill Bush and all those guys and Bo Pelini, what they kind of put us through. After going into camp with the Bears and the Giants, I knew I was going to be an underfront based defensive coordinator, whether it was in a 4-man front or an odd front. that we were going to be a version of an under front, weak side reduction, quarter style, 3 deep, 3 under fire zone pressures. It was a huge Nebraska blend mixed with the Chicago Bears. Offensively, it's always going to be about the run, 100%. Always going to be about the cut. I went through the whole redshirt year of, arguing with the guys on the practice squad. Hey, are you going to option, getting crack blocked for 30 minutes, or are you going to go to pass hole? And, it's always going to be about digging out the safeties and being physical. So I'm always going to preach, we're going to be a multiple front, but we're going to base our success off the trenches, but establishing the run and stopping the run.
Special teams. Are you attacking guy? Or are you more on a return? Do you want the return, or do you go for the block?
Well, we've kind of based everything off who our return guy is. The last 2 years with the I'm not going to say the evolution, but just with more people wanting to spread it out on that punt team, that punt pro. I would love it if we all went back to traditional kick slide, but now everybody's in that spread punt. So you got to focus so much more at holding up at the line of scrimmage and just making sure you field the catch. It's not something that I love, but it's what we've had to do down here just to ensure that we get that ball back.
So basically, you're talking about when these punt teams come out and they're in this long formation where you got to be concerned about all these different people getting down there. I definitely understand, but I don't understand why we get away from things that work. Like with the kick, it works. It works.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, are you more of a traditional when you punt, or have you kind of went that way as well?
Well, and I would love to be traditional. Let's get into the wings. Let's kick slide. Let's have gunner control. I would love to do it, but we just don't have that timing on the snap and kick in order to allow that to happen. If we were to put that solely on our snapper and our gunners, I think we would struggle a little bit. I think the benefit of spreading them out is you can get a kid that can snap it just fine, and you don't need to account so much of the protection. So it's allowed the game to continue to spread out, get smaller, get faster, and not put as much on that deep snapper who could very well cost you a game.
Oh, absolutely cost you a game if you ain't careful. What kind of talent you got? I know we talked a little bit, and you said you're about 2 years out as far as having that level of talent. That's that Power 5 school talent. What are you looking like?
Yeah.
How's your roster?
Yeah, well, I'd say, we have 12 schools in our Cypress Fairbanks district. We're on the northwest side of Houston, and we have 12 high schools in our area, and we're still growing. Each high school is about 3,000 to 4,000 kids strong. So I say that in that, we're one of many, and so we're doing our absolute best to put our kids in position to be successful. And we have up years, we have down years. Right now, we're looking at a very young squad coming into this fall, but the talent is tremendous. You line up and you look at what you can have as far as our campus and our attendance zone, our speed. We have the ability to line up and play with anyone. It's just a matter of, across the nation now, participation levels are down. So you're doing everything you can, not only to attract, but to keep your kids interested and coming back and playing in that heat and, playing that physical sport. So we are going to be a very young squad when it comes to those skill positions. So we're excited for this upcoming fall and seeing what we can do in this competitive district.
Absolutely. 13 games, 57 tackles, 41 solo, 4 picks, 9-5 overall. Of course, I was a big time fan at that point, and I still would come around. But what do you remember about that 2006 season, which was the best with Coach Callahan? But what do you remember about that? And what was one of your favorite games?
No, I don't know if there's anything in particular. I remember coming in with those guys, the Dane Todds and Stuart Bradleys and Fabian Washington's, a lot of guys that you can name. And that when you think about everybody that you went to battle with, I think about, being in that North locker room. And when you first got there, the red shirts get down here to the North locker room, go through the fall camp. And just the time that we spent together in the training table, the weight room, and just having it all come together and just truly having an identity of ourselves and just understanding, hey, where we came from, we forged those relationships. It was finally coming together. I think we just enjoyed playing ball at that point. There was nothing to really distract us, I guess, to say that it would have been a negative experience. But I think it was just finally our time and the understanding that it was coming to an end, and we just enjoyed playing for each other. Coach Cosgrove did a great job. And like I said, I learned a lot from him and Bill Bush. So we were just having fun and getting it done with Zach Taylor at the helm.
Absolutely. Andrew is a 3-time first-team academic All-Big 12 selection as well. And then Hall of Fame. You and bro, 8-man Hall of Fame. Congrats.
Oh, yeah. You know, that was one of the biggest honors I think I could have received, honestly. I told my high school coach, Rich Lindbergh, that, you know, I've been around, I've seen a lot of things, but when you get that phone call from your head coach and he says, you know, they're gonna induct you into this Hall of Fame, you go right back to the beginning. And I'm very proud of that honor. And I know it was a family legacy recognition with Scott and myself going in at the same time. That was probably one of the biggest accomplishments or biggest, you know, pat on the back that I could think of right now. And at this point in my career, it's just, you think about all those little times growing up on the farm and, you know, the commitment you put in and the guys you played with, and high school football is different, and just the amount of fun that you had with those guys and just being recognized in that way with the Nebraska 8-man Hall of Fame, it was very special.
Nice. Do you think, because I had to go back and I was looking at some different things, and you know the 5 losses that we had besides the Okie State game. I mean, you're talking 28-10 USC. We lost 22-20 to Texas. This is number 4 USC, by the way. Number 5 Texas, by the way. Number 10, we lost to Oklahoma 21-7. And then we lost to Auburn in the bowl game 17-14. A lot of people gave Coach Cosgrove a bad rap. Do you think he deserved all the criticism that he got at Nebraska? Because these scores tell me that we couldn't score, not that we were getting scored on.
Yeah, no, I guess, you know, I guess the beauty of the time I was playing, you know, social media wasn't as big as it is now. And maybe we just did a better job of, you know, kind of not listening to the outside stuff. But I guess I never really understood or realized how much heat Coach Cosgrove took. But no, you know, when it came to doing your job and being prepared and getting the guys around you to play for you, I think he did a great job. So no, I don't think there's any heat that he should have felt from that. But obviously, you know, when you're in Nebraska, there are high expectations, and rightfully so. You know, someone's got to feel that pressure, and I guess he took it for us.
Hey, so Mississippi Mud Dog. So we go to our Sider Heyman text line sometimes from time to time, but I got to read this one. He says, Mississippi Mud Dog says, I used to get a pick 6 with Andrew on the old NCAA video game back in the day.
Great. That NCAA video game, they were good to me with my rankings. I'll give them that.
Right. We didn't get any money off of it, but they ranked us okay.
Yeah.
Great player. Glad he's still around the game and repping Big Red down there in Texas. So, so Drew, okay, so you came 02-06.
Yes.
Coming from 8-man, was it a big time transition for you to transition into 11-man football, or was it pretty easy transition?
I think the coaches did a great job in my redshirt year of bringing me into the speed and into the fold of things. Having players around myself like Pat Ricketts and Philip Bland as well, that helped just by, you know, watching the older kids and being ingrained. Obviously, my brother was still there my redshirt year. It really was not a huge difference for me playing in the secondary. You know, I played quarterback in high school, but I think getting into college and playing in the secondary realm, no, it was not as big adjustment. I kind of felt like 8-man high school football, and I'll put this plug in there. I kind of felt like it was faster. You know, we never left the field. We did a lot more things. So I was prepared from a competitive standpoint, but naturally when you get into the college ranks and, you know, everybody else around you is 3-4 times your size and they're experienced. I think that speed of the game that first year is really what I had to get adjusted to, but having those players around me that really guided and mentored helped tremendously that redshirt season.
Absolutely. And then having Big Bro there. I mean, I can only imagine having my big brother at the alma mater that I'm playing at. And, you know, coming in, you might not have to take as much heat off the other guys as you would if you didn't have your older brother there, you know, or Was he or was Scott on you more than everybody else?
No, I think Scott. I think he strategically kind of planned on how he was going to ignore his little brother and let him have his own life. But I do remember the first time I got a rundown on kickoff, and he was on kickoff return. That was a fun time just to think about that little matchup. But he did a really good job of, I think he did help me in many ways that I'm unaware of. But he did a good job of kind of, letting me explore and doing things of my own. But yeah, just you're right. When you're there and your bigger brother, your hero is there, and it definitely made for an easier transition for me.
Okay, so we got to get ready to throw it to break here in a minute. Can you come back for another segment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so listen, what was your fastest 40 time? Because you were billed as one of the fastest Huskers on that 2016.
Yeah, from what I recall, at that pro day, it was a 4.37.
Oh, Shanle.
So it was beneficial to me to help me get into camp. Obviously, it helped me cover punch down as a gunner and on kickoff and everything. But yeah, that's what I recall.
Hey, listen, I recall that you were one of the fastest Huskers at that time on the team. So whether it was 4.3 or 4.2 or 4.4, to have that tied to your name when I ask different people about you and they say he was one of the fastest guys I know, that's an honor.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back. We're with Andrew Shanle, the captain, the ticket, 93.7.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. Are you or someone you love at risk of an opioid overdose? Get the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Opie Rescue can guide you through the steps of how to respond to an opioid overdose. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue today.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
2-1 count, and that's a deep drive into the gap. Smith rounding first base. It's a stand-up double.
Hey, Nick, speaking of doubles, did you know Wings and Rings has 2 ways to enjoy their next-level food?
Rico, we're in the middle of a game.
The game can wait, Nick. One way is to stop by one of their Lincoln locations. They have 2 great locations at O Street, Meridian Park, and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village.
You said 2 ways. What's the other way?
You can order online at wingsandrings.com.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit managerbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Coppell Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah! Yes. This is the captain. The Ticket 93.7. We're going to be live. Not at Wingstop. Wingstop is doing a thing for me, so we want to appreciate Wingstop and all they do. Get out to one of their great locations, 29th and Pine Lake, 28th and Superior, where I was yesterday, or 50th in O Street. Also, Ticket Water Cooler on the Block. Live. We're going to be there all day. All of us will be there for a while. From 3 to 9, Mary Ellen's, 28th and Pine Lake Road. Come hang out with us. Some of the current Husker athletes will be in the building. Let Charles and the company fix your plate. They got all kind of crazy stuff like brisket, catfish, pulled pork sandwich, slab of ribs, hot butter wings, smoked cheeseburger, baked beans, cornbread, collard greens, coleslaw, grits, shrimp, and grits, mac and cheese, potato salad. Andrew Shanle is being interviewed by the captain today. Andrew, I know y'all got some good food in Houston.
Yeah, we do. Oh. It's a little more than the Renza and the Valentina's pizza and some of the things I grew up with. Although if we had a Taco John's down here and Amigos, I'd be all over
it. What's some of the cuisine that you have come accustomed with that you didn't eat in Nebraska that you eat there in Houston?
I'm not great at answering that food question, but I mean, the amount of Mexican food I eat now, the fajitas, and I get a lot of Mexican food, and I'm enjoying it.
What you weighing in at these days?
Oh, I'm about 235.
Ooh, big boy.
I been continuing to lift in that weight room, and I say lift because I'm not exercising very well. I'm not getting that heart rate up. I'm not breaking much of a sweat. I enjoy my time in the weight room now.
Right. I got right back in the weight room yesterday. It was my first day, and it felt good. I'm gonna go back again today. So it felt pretty good to get back in the weight room. So I know exactly what you're talking about, because for so long we lifted for so long that sometimes you become traumatized by the weights.
Yeah, well, you sit back, and I have flashes of Dave Kennedy and his sayings and what he did in the weight room for us. And I say for us because he helped us. Yeah, you take a little break when you're done, but then you realize just how beneficial it is. And I need to get up. I'm a good 235. I'm going to put that out there right now. I'm a good 235. It's the most I've ever weighed. I think I played at 215 at my peak, maybe in New York. But the 235 is it's giving credit to that Mexican food, not doing nearly as much cardio as I need, but I'm working on that lean muscle mass.
You're a linebacker now.
I am. I do look like a linebacker now.
Yeah, you're a linebacker now.
And that's I almost and I laugh about this now. When I was done playing, 2 times, on 2 different occasions, I was trying to go back and I was going to play Arena League as a linebacker. And yeah, but every year I just kind of take more and more shape of how Scott looked in college, and I don't know, maybe I just need more time to develop.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. I mean, we all develop later at different stages. So, a little bit later on in life, as long as you get it, you got it. It don't matter when you get it. Talk about Kennedy though, the strength coach that was there. Where is he? Do you know where he is now?
The last I heard, I think he was down in Tampa Bay. I think he was in Tampa Bay. I'm not positive where he is now, but he did a lot of great things, and obviously Nebraska and the number of strength coaches and the commitment that Coach Kennedy was someone that I just spent the most time with. But him and his support staff, they made it enjoyable, and I just think about those little sayings and during the conditioning sessions and how he got us going. But it was a great time with Coach Kennedy.
No, you said earlier in the interview about defending Coach Callahan's West Coast offense.
Yeah.
What is it about that you like, and why is it effective?
Well, I think I am very much of a traditionalist. When I come back to meet with my staff every single year, we're going to talk about installations from 21 personnel, tight end, I formation, and let's start talking about our install. The things that he taught me from a defensive aspect was, he did a lot of things with the tight end, trading the tight end pre-snap, a lot of pre-snap movement in the backfield with quarters coverage and different adjustments. There's a lot of communication that you have to put on a linebacker, a secondary player. Are you going to be able to manipulate a linebacker's fit where he's boxing here, but now he needs to spill? I think a lot of movement and motions that Coach Callahan used made me think a lot about what I want to do later in life. And I think you just create that doubt, that hesitancy, you mess with the linebacker's eyes. And it's kind of a way to kind of even the playing field a little bit, I guess. But he did a lot of things with that and underneath spacing routes. You're a corner because you can defend the receiver. You're a safety because you can keep things top down. I think he did a good job of exposing linebackers. Working with those underneath zone droppers. I think Corey Ross, I'm not sure what year it was anymore, where we were out in Boulder and Corey Ross maybe, received, he may have went for 150 or 200 yards receiving just because we picked on the weak side backer. I think he taught me a tremendous amount about the intermediate passing game and playing that zone coverage and matching up those routes.
By the way, this just in, I just got this text message. Coach Kennedy's, the strength coach, Kennedy's son, Eric is playing College World Series for Texas.
Oh wow!
Right.
Wow, that's awesome. I remember when they would be in the Hawk Center, taking BP and just taking some grounders. That's awesome. Seeing him, seeing what he's done, that's tremendous.
Right. So tell me about your thoughts on NIL. Well, you being a head coach, I mean, you got to have some type of thoughts on that.
The things I've kind of expressed is I just want to know how I can be better prepared to help advise some of these kids. And I'm afraid that I'm going to have less influence on them than we do now. Our Texas High School Coaches Association has made a huge push for straight line recruiting. And we're a 25,000 membership strong organization. And we're telling all these colleges within our states, and we're trying to get the word out to outside states. We want straight line recruiting. We want you to recruit our kids through us as a high school coach. And now when I think about, naturally, there's going to be other business people coming into this to advise kids and manage their money, which there should be. I worry about the amount of money kids are going to get and not knowing how to manage it. But I worry now about, if I have a group of, sophomores, juniors, seniors that are getting recruited and now money's being tossed their way, that conversation is a lot different than me walking into my social studies room, sitting down with my head coach, Rich Lindbergh, and saying, Coach, I've got Nebraska and I got Iowa State. How do I make this decision? Well, now you've got kids and outside influences talking to them about the amount of money they can earn. I want to equip myself as a head coach to really know the business side and talk them through. You got to go to the school that you feel best, the education you want to receive. How's it going to set you up for life? And we can't ignore the price tag or, the bonus that you're trying to weigh in here. I don't know enough about the financial side of this that I feel comfortable advising a kid on choosing one school over another. It used to be just about where do you feel best? Where can you get your degree? What networks can set you up best for long-term, careers. Mm-hmm. And now it's just, to me, it feels like it's coming down a lot more to that offer, that money.
It's all about it. That's what it seems like to me. But I was just wondering, how, because I hear there's high schoolers here in Nebraska that have NIL deals. Mm-hmm. High schoolers. So now it's kind of like with college. If a guy is making $700,000, right, which is more than the majority of the staff, the other staff members, you start paying kids. Sometimes you start watering down everything gets watered down when money gets involved, especially when you start giving money to people who have no money skills whatsoever. I cannot imagine somebody putting $25,000 into my hand at 18, 19 years old when I was at Nebraska and saying, here you go, bud, have at it.
No.
Show up for practice. I probably wouldn't.
No, and I may have some unpopular opinions on this, but I'm like you. I worry about what those kids are going to do, and that's where they need that advice. They need that counsel. But I do get concerned. I guess I would like to see long term. You still need to go to class. You need to make your 5 a.m. workouts. When things aren't going right, are you going to stick it through? Are you going to be committed to not just the team but the university that you're playing for? And you're right, money always complicates things. So it'll be interesting to see how the NCAA kind of gets a handle on this. Am I glad that kids can get compensation for this? Yes, I think that's good. But I just like to see some of the parameters and things tightened up a little bit so that they maybe it is, and I just don't understand it. But I just want to see where the NCAA goes with this to really help the student athlete still be successful as a student athlete and not as an employee or a professional football player.
Mm-hmm. Are you a 2-a-day or a 3-a-day guy?
Oh, well, we can go 2-a-days, but we can go every other day as 2-a-days. And we still work under the no more than 90 minutes of live contact each week, just for our safety and precaution. But yeah, I grew up with 2-a-days and now we're every other day, 2-a-days.
Yeah, I'm like, is the parameters around football, with you being in football over half your life, 3/4 of your life,
mm-hmm.
is it weakening the game of football, or is it weakening the players of football?
No, I don't know. I don't know being qualified enough to answer that question. I guess what I see is we're becoming a lot more aware of, of the, I guess, long-term effects if you're being reckless with your players. I think the quality programs and quality coaches have always kind of protected their players. I didn't need someone to come in and say, hey, you can only have 90 minutes of live contact. We were already doing things like that. We were taking care of our guys to get them ready for the game. Now that you get to work with kids in Texas, you get to work with them year round. That 2-a-day mentality or that, that conditioning stuff, that's less, that's not as needed as much because you're conditioning year round. You're getting them going in the weight room. It's not that fall camp, hey, let's get ready for the season, let's go. So I don't think we're weakening the game at all. I think we're doing a lot more educating of parents now to kind of continue to remind them that the game is safe, that we are taking precautions. So I don't see it as being weakening. I just think it's more discussed. It's more, it's blasted out on social media, the research now. I just think we need to do a better job of selling the game itself. It's the greatest team game in the world. There's huge benefits to it, and we just need to continue to tell our parents and kids about the benefits because now they have so many more options with the growth of other sports. You're looking at esports and how kids now can stay inside and still be active with video games. I just think we need to continue to preach the benefits of playing this team sport, the game we love, and the game that has done so much for me and many others.
Yeah, you won a championship with New York, right?
I was a member of the practice squad in 2008 when the Giants won the Super Bowl 42.
Yeah, but aren't you still get all the benefits though, right, of winning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What did you learn as far as during that championship run with New York? Being that you were there, like what?
That team chemistry was unbelievable. I think the season record, we were like 7-7. On the Super Bowl ring it says Road Warriors because you just hit your stride and everything is clicking and you're just playing ball and you're winning on the road. It wasn't. I think the biggest thing that I came out of that was I went to camp with Lovie Smith and the Bears, which was a great organization when they came off their Super Bowl. I saw how their staff and players kind of acted around each other during that fall camp time. You're integrating new guys, so it's different. And then I saw the way the Giants operated with their staff and their locker room. And it was just an unbelievable, positive team chemistry, atmosphere. It didn't matter if you're a rookie, a O-lineman, a DB, because sometimes, those relationships don't mix very well. But it was very positive in that weight room, in the locker room. And I just saw that. Coach Coughlin did a great job of working through that organization and just having the guys ready to go. Obviously, Eli Manning was having a great year. The guys that we played with, Plaxico Burress, it was just a great team. Probably the best team that I was around during my time.
Nice. Transfer portal. And here's why I'm asking you, because up here in Omaha, there has been a kind of a transfer portal-ish feeling in high school where some of the high schoolers are moving around a little bit, with the COVID thing. But then now after, they're building teams here now where before you kind of had to go to your area school. Now, if I'm at said high school, I'm going to try to come get Andrew Shanle from Benson West because Andrew Shanle is a baller and I know his dad. So now I'm going to go and recruit you. Is the transfer portal, do you deal with that in high school? And then what's your thought on that in college?
Well, I could tell you from our district and from our UIL, the University Interscholastic League governs our high schools in Texas. The rules that we have in place with the UIL, the rules we have in place within our school district itself, can it happen? Yes, it can. But we go through so many steps and procedures to where we are identifying, we're doing home visits to identify exactly where this kid is living, sleeping, and, spending his time to verify and get approval on, is he living in your attendance zone? Does he need to sit out a year of varsity eligibility because he is a transfer? We have so many steps and procedures that it can happen, but it's rare that a kid's just going to say, you know what, I'm going to stay in my same house and I'm going to pick up and go across town and go to another school. That's not happening. It's very rare that would happen. And if it did happen as an in-district transfer, they're just going to miss one season of varsity sports. Wow. we have so many checks and procedures in there that it's going to cost you. You pick up and move across town and you're in a new house, a new apartment, and then that's different. But yeah, we have many checks and balances because of the area we're in, the number of houses that are going up, and the number of apartment complexes that I'm not naive enough to think that it's not happening, but there's so many checks and balances to say if that is the case, then they're going to miss a full calendar year of a varsity schedule.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they should reinstitute that into college football?
From my standpoint, I would be used to that and seeing that if you are going to pick up and leave, then I would probably say that would be a good thing. When I talk to the number of recruiters that come through, I know people benefit from it, obviously. I just think it's kind of hard to, as a football staff, you work so hard to get that kid to be on your campus and be within your program and your team that I think it's kind of getting out of hand. And again, I'm not a college coach, so I'm not living it, but I can just see how complicated it would be as to constantly recruiting that kid to stay all 4 years. Otherwise, the risk of them saying, I'm not happy with that conversation we had. I'm not happy with that playing time, and I'm out. Every kid has a reason for transferring, but I would like to see that if they did transfer, I think there is a period of time where that sitting is kind of a way to maintain that balance and kind of control those numbers.
No, I'm in 100% agreement with you. I think that, the transfer portal, although it's been good, what about you're a coach, you're a head coach. Could you imagine getting a kid when he's a freshman? You pouring into him like most of us coaches do. You go pick him up like some of the guys you got to go pick up and call and help out. You go do all these things and you turn the kid from his freshman year to his junior year. Now the kid's a Power 5 type of guy.
Yeah. It's difficult because, you're happy for that kid, but at the same time, you're right. It's time, it's investment. The part that I deal with on our side, on our high school side, is when kids are going through that recruiting process and sometimes they think, well, I'll just go there. And then after a year, I'll go somewhere else. And you have to pump the brakes right there. And you have to remind them that if you're committing, you're going to that school, you want to do that, go to junior college. Go to junior college, do that for a year or two, and then transfer. Don't just say you'll go to this institution, and now because of the transfer portal, just say, well, I'll give it a year or else. That's the wrong mindset. That's the wrong mentality. And I think a lot of times now with social media and the recruiting game and all the rankings and everything that's publicized around the prospects, people want to obviously do everything they can to get those offers, and they want to make sure that they're having their day in the spotlight and they're making their commitment. But I really do hope that they have the long-term aspect in mind rather than just thinking, I'll grab this one, I'll commit because it's my day, and maybe in a year I'll go somewhere else. I think that's totally the wrong mentality and abuse of that transfer option.
Absolutely. I'm talking to Andrew Shanle, current head football coach and athletic director at Cypress Ridge, former Husker, definitely in Super Bowl champion. The captain, the ticket. We'll be right back. 93.7.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Tune in every Monday morning throughout the summer at 6:45 a.m. for golf course reviews on the Nebraska Golf Passport Early Break Golf Tour with Jake Sorensen and Steve Sipple on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action. Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order your Wingstop online at 28th and Superior, 50th and O Street, and 29th and Pine Lake.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Pillar Restaurant Group is proud to announce the full opening of our brick-and-mortar venue-at-home store, Lincoln's new premier specialty grocers. This store is home to our brand new Butchery by Venue. Get the finest Nebraska steaks, hand-cut in-house by our butcher, prepared for our restaurants, and available for you to take home. With hand-selected specialty seafood, charcuterie, wine, bourbon, and liquor options. Come in today to see what we have to offer at 70th and Pioneers in the Pioneer Woods Shopping Center. Open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Pillar Restaurant Group is proud to announce the full opening of our brick-and-mortar venue-at-home store, Lincoln's new premier specialty grocers. This store is home to our brand new Butchery by Venue. Get the finest Nebraska steaks, hand-cut in-house by our butcher, prepared for our restaurants, and available for you to take home. With hand-selected specialty seafood, charcuterie, wine, bourbon, and liquor options. Come in today to see what we have to offer at 70th and Pioneers in the Pioneer Woods Shopping Center. Open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Sunny skies and warm temps here for your Thursday, an afternoon high of 90 with an east wind at around 10 to 15. We'll see thunderstorms develop this evening into tonight, possibly some severe weather with a low down to around 68. More of the same tomorrow. It'll be clearing with sunny skies by the afternoon and a high of 92. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Uncle Tim, some friends and I are getting together this weekend. Can you buy us some alcohol?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Come on, it'll be low-key. My friends always say you're cooler than other adults.
Oh, well, all right. But don't let your mother find out and don't get caught. Hello, officer. What can I help you with?
Are you the uncle of Samantha?
Yes. Is she okay?
You're under arrest for procuring alcohol from minors. One of the minors drove drunk and killed the mother of 2 last night in a crash. You're looking at up to 3 years in jail and a $10,000 fine.
Don't make the same mistake he did. We need you to be the responsible adult. Underage drinking, adult consequences. There's no free ride if you provide. Learn more at projectextramile.org.
Sponsored by Region 6, Nebraska DHHS, and SAMHSA. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Beatrice Bakery. They ship cakes all over the country. True story. But take a look inside their shop and you'd have no idea. This is a Nebraska product through and through. Not some massive production plant. Local people making delicious cake just for you. So go see them in their new storefront location in downtown Beatrice. Grab some grandma's fruitcake, some chocolate rum cake, or my favorite, the turtle nut cake, and say hi to Rick and the crew. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No, it's not on. Is this thing on? It is on. The Captain's Ticket, 93.7. Andrew Shanle, you still there?
I'm still here.
Big John asked me to ask you this question. Could you ask Andrew if he encourages his football players to go out for other sports besides football, like track or basketball?
Absolutely. We push the ridge speed mentality when we look at our football athletes, our basketball athletes participating in track and field. And then we also working every single year to incorporate a better relationship, not only with the basketball team and the football program, but also the wrestling department as well. We push men's and women's wrestling here big time on our campus.
Let me ask you this one. There's another question. Does it make it harder to commit to a school and a bigger decision when you would have commit and sit out if you transfer? So
would it make a harder decision to transfer?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so. Absolutely. I mean, you take more things into account, which is your time. And I think it would make it a harder decision.
I just think we gotta somehow, some way, the integrity of schools, because what I was talking about was, you get a guy, freshman, you pour into him, you help him with his grades, you help him with life, you just help him. And then you get him. He's a all-world player. Is going into his senior year or junior year, whatever the case may be. And then I be like, yeah, Andrew, I want you to come play for me. That's what's happening. Coach Mike Grant. I don't know if you remember Mike Grant. He played quarterback at Nebraska, but he's over at Wyoming, and he's lost like 3 of his top 3 receivers to Alabama, LSU, and Texas. So what does a guy like that do in that situation where he developed those guys? Big bro come in, drop some money, some NIL money on them, and then these guys like, you know what, I'm out.
It's difficult. Mike Grant actually recruited me out of high school when he was at Iowa State.
Oh wow!
And so when you think about someone, you take someone like Mike Grant or many of the other great recruiters. You're right. Those guys go and turn over rocks. They look for the players and they find them and they give kids the opportunity. It is difficult to think about the kid taking the next step and going to get an NIL deal. But I guess, in some aspects, those very coaches that found that talent, they'll benefit from it down the road too. It's very difficult when you think about what it used to be. And then maybe that's where I get so traditional in my approach of what it used to be and the relationships and what that meant. It's very difficult to think about developing someone and putting that time and commitment in just for them to go seek bigger, better things when it's a financial decision. Maybe not what's best for them in their education, but when it's just a financial based decision.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, stream's not up, by the way. Andrew, what do you think has been the greatest since you've been a coach? What's your, I don't want to say greatest achievement, but what have you done that made you feel like this is why I'm a coach?
We were able to play. I've been at 2 different schools, and we've played for a state championship twice now in the last 10 or 12 years. I think the group at Cypress Ranch, when we took that group of kids from a 5-5 season to the next year going 13-3 and playing in the state championship, that was one of the biggest accomplishments because we didn't do it by being fancy. we recommitted ourselves to offensively running the ball and defensively just playing base sound defense and really focusing on the details of each position. It wasn't fancy pressures. It wasn't coverages. It was just flat out fundamental, square strong, fit in your gap, being confident in your approach, taking advantage of the mistakes the offense made. I think that was one of the biggest accomplishments of going from 5-5 to 13-3 and playing in, the AT&T Stadium in Dallas with a group of kids that you preach to them that you're capable, but you never really truly understand how capable you are until you just focus on the small things and it comes along and you look up one day and you're on the biggest stages of their career.
What would you say is the most important position on the defensive side of the ball?
Oh, that's a difficult because you always want to build, right down the middle. You look at your nose guard, your Mike backer, and your safeties. I'm going to answer very biasly, and I'm going to say you got to have a great safety.
Okay.
You've got to have someone communicating back there. But it's really a toss-up. If you're looking at your Mike backer, your safeties in the back end, it's hard to answer that question. But staying true to my commitment of in the trenches, you got to have some defensive linemen. You have to have some offensive linemen.
So, okay, last 10 years, you've been around, you've been watching, you're a fan. What's your thoughts on Nebraska football?
This is where, I am getting further and further removed. I'm getting disconnected from it. I hear about even our situation now with the transfer portal and a lot of guys leaving, but we're picking up some people, and the NIL is helping us. Do I believe that we're going to turn around? Absolutely. That's not just a Husker, speaking. I believe in Coach Frost. I remember when he was passing through and worked with us a little bit in one of the springs before he went down to K-State. I think the guys on staff, I think the talent level is getting better. I think the strength conditioning program has a lot to say about that. I think now it's kind of like the Bill Callahan transition where we had the Frank Solich personnel for our offense, and then Coach Callahan got his personnel in, and you alluded to 2006. You had some great success in that season. I think now that Coach Frost is just getting more of his personnel, the strength conditioning is getting back up to speed, and I feel like the talent level's increased. I feel like Nebraska's showing signs, but that's me being removed and not seeing nearly as many games as I would like to see. It's just, I believe in Coach Frost, and I think they're going to get it done this year.
I want to backtrack. I hate to get off of that subject, but you said something about that I wanted to ask you about high school. How is the strength and conditioning in high school? Do you have a strength and conditioning coordinator? It's Houston. You probably do.
Mm-hmm.
But how is that in high school? How is your strength and conditioning program?
That position right now is growing in popularity with some of the schools around us and some of the school districts around. Obviously, we're a large state. Districts can make the decision financially of how they're going to handle that. But you're seeing more of those positions being hired exclusively for strength conditioning. On our campus, we do not have that. So it's still handled by each head coach. But our strength conditioning program here, is a blend of old Husker power and, some of the newer trends. But we currently do not have that position. However, it is very popular when you look across the state of people beginning to commit themselves to full-time strength conditioning coaches at the high school level.
So you basically running strength and conditioning.
Yes. Yeah. I'm working with 2 to 3 other guys on staff who receive an additional stipend for it, but we will coordinate everything together and do what we feel is best and most comfortable with. Nice.
You got a prediction on Nebraska's record?
No, I don't. I'm not going to get into that. I do believe we'll be going to a bowl game, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm too far removed to really sit back and make that analysis. But I do believe we'll be going to the bowl game. I think we'll get past that 6 wins, and like I said, I think Coach Frost is going to kind of hit his stride.
Yeah, me too. I'm talking to Andrew Shanle. How's Scott?
He's great.
Where is he now?
He stays busy. His kids are obviously getting older, and they're getting into he's gonna have a senior in high school here, and he's working with some football in the fall in the Dallas area, and he'll still go to New Orleans to do Saints pregame, postgame type shows on a regional broadcast in New Orleans.
Nice. Well, you make sure you tell him. The last time I saw him, I don't know if I went to New Orleans or I went to the team he was at before. I think it might have been the team before New Orleans, but I remember, it was Dallas. That's exactly right. And we just had a great conversation. I think the world of you and your brother. Everybody that came from Nebraska, especially coming from 8-man football. We played 8-man when I was in Little League, and it is a fast game. When you at the boys club in Omaha, the boys club had like the big 8 teams. So you had Oklahoma, Nebraska, Iowa State. You had all the big 8, and it was 8-man football.
Yeah.
And so I just take my hat off to you guys who play 8-man football and had enough juice, enough courage, and enough talent to make it on the big stage and make it at Nebraska. Definitely tell Scott I said what's up. Now I ask all these black shirts this question. So I can't let you go without asking this. You ready for this question?
I don't know. I'll try my best.
Yeah, come on, Drew. You ready for this question?
I'm ready.
Give me your best Go Big Red.
Give me my best Go Big.
Give me your best Go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
Go Big Red. Hey, Drew, man, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Is there anything you want to say to the Husker fans? I mean, to give me some locations. How if the people wanted to follow you and follow your program, what do they go to as far as on Huddle? I'm always looking. I'm definitely a guy who sends a lot of guys to the University of Nebraska as far as, potentials. And I think with you being a head coach, you remember Bobby Newcomb? He's a head coach. Michael Booker's in the Texas area. He's a coach as well. It's a lot of former Huskers. And I think what I'm trying to do, what I would like to do is the guys that are all head coaches, just try to get a Rolodex of all of our former players that are head coaches so that the coaches know, and then hand that to them and say, hey, here are all the former guys. Here's where they at.
Yeah.
You might want to check into them.
No, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. So I will publicize and promote our coaches and athletes. We celebrate people performance through Twitter. You can follow me, kind of see that prospect information on Twitter at Coach Shanle. Also on Instagram, because that's almost bigger than Twitter nowadays with the kids. But at Coach Shanle at Twitter and on Instagram. And then I would just like to reiterate that the passion that you have in St. Edward and Lindsay and Newman Grove, Nebraska, the passion there for football is the same as the passion down here. Just continue to advise the coaches there to just do absolutely everything you can with the resources you have. Continue to hit on that growth and development of online clinics and obviously the clinics inside the state. I will hit on this as I don't want to forget this.
Go ahead.
I had multiple college staffs down on our campus in the last 2 weeks holding camps, and one of them was David Bailiff and Texas A&M Commerce, and they were having camps across the state, and they sought me out and said, last week we had a Nebraska 8-man kid at one of our camps down here in Texas, and the kid, he never told me the name, and I really wish I would have pressed him for that. You got kids from Nebraska 8-man flying down to Texas and trying to get that exposure and being recruited, and I think that's fantastic. You may not have the biggest and the most money put into the facilities, but absolutely cherish those kids and the commitment they have and what they're putting their bodies on the line to play the sport. Do everything you can for those kids during their high school days. But yeah, you can follow me at Coach Shanle, and we'll continue to promote and publicize and do everything I can to get kids up there visiting Nebraska and hopefully land and commit.
Absolutely, man. Coach, you said something. I know I was going to close it, but I don't want to close it now. Social media. How have you had to deal? Because it's a big deal. How have you had to deal with your players and getting them to understand that social media could wreck your entire career?
Yeah, constantly talking to them, and I probably don't talk to them as much as I should, but they hear it from so many different avenues now. When those college coaches come down and have their prospect camps here, they address it. I think the college guys are doing a much better job of reiterating, that character counts. And obviously that social media aspect is that's who you are, whether it's public perception or, what you post and what your Twitter handle reads and your little profile. Just, you need to put your best foot forward in life, and it's especially on social media, because that could be the first way to derail you and sidetrack you from your goals.
Absolutely. Andrew Shanle, man, we appreciate you coming on the Captain. I hope you'll be back, man. Don't be a stranger, because we'd love to check back in with you either, a couple games into the season, and then give us an update on how you guys are doing.
Well, I appreciate your now. And obviously, everybody that came before me, small town Nebraska, look at you especially, and just everything you guys did, the motivation and just the love for the game. You and the teammates you played with have done more for me than you'll ever realize. But I appreciate the role model that you guys have been, and I'm just hoping to do that for the kids coming through our program.
Well, we appreciate you, man, for being a coach. I mean, it takes a lot to be a high school head coach, and not only head coach, but an athletic director as well. So you got your hands full on all the sports. I look the next time do you ever run into Jamal Lord?
No, I don't. I do not.
He's in the Houston area, so I know he's got a couple sons coming through the ranks, so got to figure out all that good stuff and more, man. Andrew, appreciate you.
All right, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. Andrew Shanle, man. I appreciate that guy more, and I know more about him than he probably knows. The Captain, the Ticket, 93.7. Be right back.
Join us this Thursday, June 16th for delicious food and sports talk at Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Doors open at 4 p.m. and we'll be there until 8. That's
The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit nationalguard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsuranceNE.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
The Salt Dogs are back with the best lineup for a night out in Lincoln, including Fireworks Fridays. Every weekend homestand at Haymarket Park begins with baseball and post-game fireworks set to your favorite music. Baseball, a big light show, and the best view in town? There's no better place to be on a summer night in Lincoln. Lead off your weekend the right way with Fireworks Fridays. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yeah, we are back. It's the Captain, the Ticket, 93.7. Nick's in the building. Andrew Shanle, shout out to you, man. Appreciate that conversation, man. I didn't want to hold you too long. I know he was ready to go a little bit longer. Everybody comes on and they're like, yeah, how long is it going to be? And I'm like, as long as you want it to be. Just, if you got to get off after 15 minutes, just let me know. And everybody is on until.
Yeah. Until you want
dot. So, hey, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the former players that definitely come on the show. It just shows that the respect that we have for one another over long haul. But, Andrew Shanle, his bigger brother, we had a pretty doggone good relationship, Scott Shanle. And so just to hear that he was coaching, I wanted to make sure I threw a shout out to him. And hopefully let everybody know in Husker country, we got former Huskers that are coaching football in all areas of the United States. And I just think to bring awareness that those guys are out there, Husker fans can get behind them as well. And you never know, we might find a diamond in the rough. But you wasn't here when he talked about the relationships, building relationships and being inside of schools. My hat goes out to him, man. I appreciate him doing that. As far as what Big 8 team did I play for when I was at the boys club, we won the championship. Iowa State, baby. Iowa State. Rubber Duck says from LinkedIn, I got a 91 season Husker wingback. You need to talk to him here in Lincoln. Let me just go on a limb and guess. Coach. He's a coach. He's going to kill me for forgetting his name right now. Gosh, not Sean Weeding. Not Sean Weedy. Rubber Duck from LinkedIn. I know who you're talking about. He coaches over at one of the Lincoln schools, I thought. I think he's got a son that's coming out this year or next year as well. Got a big brother to me. Dave Sizes. Is it Dave Sizes, Rubber Duck from LinkedIn? If it is, I would love to talk to him. Dave knows I love to talk to him. Vershawn. Heard something about quarterback Purdy having some issues with his shoes. Have you heard anything about this? Have you?
Have you?
Have
yeah,
you,
he
Nick?
said, he said Rashawn.
No, I'm asking you, Nick. Have you?
I saw something along the lines of that he got hurt because his cleat got stuck in the ground. Oh, no, Rashawn, why are we yawning?
Oh, man, sorry.
Come on. Let's get the energy up.
Nobody is seeing me yawn. You just want to
No. The people on the stream see you yawn.
Okay, I know.
Come on.
I know the people on the stream usually don't respond.
Man, you would have.
That was a big yawn, too. I've been going, Nick. You got to
You've
think.
been
I
going.
get up in the morning.
Yeah.
5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Try to do my programming, get my stuff done for the show. Then I go to the dealership, get the little bit that you can get done before 9:30, 10 o'clock. Then I'm on the highway. Then I'm here to was that a yawn? What was that a yawn?
Was what a yawn?
Look, now you want to act brand new now, Nick.
I'm jacked up. I'm ready to go for the day.
How come I accepted my yawn, but you can't accept your yawn?
Because I didn't yawn. We could go on the stream.
You did yawn. You just held it, sir.
See, Eric says no excuses for Sean.
I'm up.
And that's bad when Eric is on my side.
Rubber Duck from LinkedIn. Who is it then? Riley Washington? You said a wingback from 91. Let me know who that is from 91. Brett Popplewell, 91. I think I know who you're talking about. Eric talking about no excuses for Sean. Listen, this John and Cortland, I heard that with you, big man, been up since 4. Dude, some of us that have to get up, now that I'm getting older, I got to get up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sleep like I used to for 24 hours. I used to get sleep for 24 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Get up.
I would hate that.
Why?
Because you're wasting a perfectly good day.
Listen, how can rest be a waste of a perfectly good day? It's
because
rest. You need
there's
rest.
sunshine outside.
I know, but you need rest. Rest. You can rest when you. Oh, okay.
When you're dead.
Anyway, the captain, the ticket, 93.7. Be right back.
Join us this Thursday, June 16th for delicious food and sports talk at Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Doors open at 4 p.m. and we'll be there until 8. That's this Thursday at Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 28th and Pine Lake. I'm E. Strick, and I'll see you there.
Hi, this is Dave Osted from Osted's Golf. Let us make this your best season yet. Voted a top 100 fitter by Golf Digest, our master fitters have been trained by the same guys that build clubs for PGA pros like Rory, Tiger, DJ, and Jordan. Have old clubs? Trade them in Osted's Value Guide, or have our club specialists get your clubs swinging like new. Go to our website and make your fitting appointment. You're a click away from a better golf game. Play better, have fun, and shop Osted's.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Don't make a knee-jerk reaction when replacing your air conditioner. Good or bad, the decision you make today will save or waste money for the next 15 to 20 years. Just call Bryant. They offer some of the most efficient air conditioners available, up to 26 SEER. Let Bryant's specialists meet your budget and comfort requirements with their good, better, and best options. Call 467-1111 or visit BryantLincoln.com to schedule your free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." And
Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln, and has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation, and make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Mama, what does the chicken say? Dog. Cat. Giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the
right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Coming at you live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by Wingstop. Here he is, Vershawn Jackson.
Ah, yeah!
Yes. Nick, you are slipping on your pimping, dog.
What?
You are slipping on your working.
On my what?
On your working, man.
How so?
You're always late to the party.
What do you mean?
Late to the party, man.
Are you saying how I get here at noon?
Just late to the party.
Come on, that's because I got to do the 6 to 8 a.m. show this week. I've been chilling with Sipple every morning.
Jory says, response to that outlandish convo yesterday. All Frost has to do is make a bowl game. The administration has to put up with building and foundation and few rough questions just to let Frost go after he has some success and makes a bowl game. No way. No way, Nick. No way.
Yep. Jory wasn't on my side yesterday. That's okay.
What do you mean?
Me and Nathan got into it bad.
Did y'all?
Oh, bad.
On radio? On air?
On the air.
Fisticuffs, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody that's calling for the fight, it's going to happen.
It happened bad. And what
happened? It was like a cat fight? You guys are in here scratching each other?
No. It was weird. No, there were none of those sounds. No, we were just going back and forth about Nebraska football, and he asked me if Frost will be the head coach in 2023.
And you said?
Yes.
And he said?
Yes.
What was the fight?
Because we went down a rabbit hole on whether or not there was a lot of things that we talked about this for about an hour and 25 minutes. And then Strick eventually came in and talked about it as well. Strick did play referee. Strick partially took my side, but here's the thing. I see both sides of the argument. I do see where Nathan's coming from because I get it. However, it was just one of those things where I was telling him how Nebraska fans, including myself, are ready to see wins. And if you have close losses on top of close losses year after year, that doesn't mean any different to me than losing by 20 points.
And what did he say? He didn't like that? I'm wondering where to fight. Rico, get on the mic, Rico, because Rico at least tell it like it is. Come here, Rico. I need
He's
Rico.
not a dog.
Come here, Rico.
Come here, Rico.
No, I'm not. Rico, don't let.
Come here, Rico.
Listen, Nick is feeling himself. This the same dude that just took a shot at grandma. This the same dude that just took a shot at grandma.
No, don't say that on air.
This the same dude that took a shot at grandma. Okay,
Rico, can you get on the mic, please?
Yeah, that's the way. Can
you get on the mic, please?
I did not take a shot at grandma.
Is that the same way you talk to
There it is. Okay.
No, you didn't cut my mic, you little sucker.
You
sap sucker.
I didn't know what
Boy,
name.
if you
I did not know what name you were going to say.
You thought Nate was going to open up a can. I will open up a can, Mr. 21.
I did not know
Tell
what.
him to stop.
I did not know what name
Stop.
you were
What
going
is
to
wrong
say.
with you today, Nick?
He's on one today.
Yes.
He's
Is it
feeling
because
some type of way.
Because you're on Sip Show? Now all of a sudden you want to walk in with a chip on your shoulder?
Thinks he's hot, man.
You don't come in here like that, man.
Chest
What's wrong
puffed
with
out.
you?
He said, "I'm working with Sip. You guys don't
That's
know
not.
nothing."
That
you
is
you
not
guys
it
are,
at all.
You guys are at the bottom. I'm at the top.
This guy.
Nope.
Can you believe that, Rico?
This man is all high and mighty right now.
Dang.
What am I here for? Why am I here? I have work to do.
For sure. Please.
I'm trying to figure out why. And I just asked him why him and Nate got into it yesterday, right? Why was it a cat fight? He just didn't give me a reason. He gave me no reason. He said they both agreed on the same thing.
They did not at first. They
No,
vehemently
Time out.
disagreed with each other.
No.
At first.
We agreed that Scott Frost is going to be the coach here in 2023.
What did you disagree on?
You kind of did. You wavered a little bit. You had.
I did not waver. I believe that he is going to be the coach here in 2023.
Not that. You were saying based on some type of. I don't remember what you gave, like not metrics, but you were like, if this happens, then maybe not. And then Nathan was like, no, it's perfect. All they have to do is lose close.
No, so what happened? Yeah, that's what happened.
They just have to. That was what it was.
Nate
said lose close, and then Nick was like, look, if you lose, you lose. Like it doesn't matter. Like you need to get past that already.
Here's the thing. So last year it was acceptable that Nebraska lost close. It was acceptable, and Nebraska did the right thing by bringing him back. However, where Nate got me was that if Scott Frost goes 5-7 or 4-8 this year,
but all the losses are close,
then you bring him back.
Hard disagree.
I hard disagreed.
He said it's better to lose close than to get blown out like you were doing in the Bo Pelini years, and I agree with that. But if you've had a losing record the past 4 years,
What?
But let me finish.
The past 9 years
Oh, yeah,
of
that too.
Nebraska football, we have not had a winning record. When was the last winning record?
6 years ago.
Before that, it was when?
The 2 years before that.
Okay, so
Bo Pelini never had a losing record.
correct. So you trying to tell me that because you get blown out
yeah,
a couple games,
yeah,
that's worse than a 3-9 record?
And then
some people think it
It
is.
is not.
And then he was trying to tell me how Nebraska fans are so fixated on wanting to be like Iowa, which I said is not true. Like 9 wins every year, 8-9 wins every year.
We don't listen. We're only saying 9 wins because
that's this year.
It's been a while.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
And that's the minimum.
Yeah.
So here,
as they say in the auction world, that's the bottom.
So here's the
get
thing.
back to 9 and then go above.
This is what I told him. And I actually want to get your thoughts on it. So I'm glad we brought this up because I've asked everybody. Oh, you don't want to stay, Rico?
Let me finish this and I'll be listening.
You'll listen. Let him go.
I cut it.
He cut you.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
We don't want you here. Anyway, so this is what I told him with the way college football is now. If Nebraska shows development this year, all right, then at the end of next season, you look back on 2022, Nebraska has 8 wins, and you go, okay, what's the one piece that we're missing out of the transfer that we can get out of the transfer portal? 1 or 2 pieces out of the transfer portal that we can get that's going to take us to the next level. But you got to show development. And Nebraska, if they have 2 more seasons on top of last season, losing by 1 possession, and they go 4-8 this year and 5-7 the next year, there's no development in my eyes.
There is no development.
That's exactly what I thought.
You cannot develop and win go 4-8. Development is not still being a loser. To me, 6-6 is not a development. Okay, development is 7-5, 8-4, 9-3, 10-2, 11-1,
and
12-0.
And so here's the thing.
That's development.
Nebraska fans, I think they would agree with me. They would be okay with being in a rut of 9 wins for about 2 or 3 more years here, and then eventually getting over the top. Because 3 straight years of 9 wins after what Nebraska fans have gone through the last 6 or 7 or 8 years now, 3 years of just 9 wins and finishing 9-3 or 9-4 after the bowl game, maybe you have a 10-3 sprinkled in there, and then eventually getting over the top would be way better in my eyes than going 4-8, 5-7, and 3-9.
Read Ellis in Illinois.
Hold on, I gotta get to it. Ellis in Illinois. I need to stop putting the S on there. Record is obviously important, but for me, it's just as important to determine the level of ineptness of Frost this coming season. If he continues to be clueless in all phases of coaching, regardless of record, he needs to go. Well, see, with that in mind, Ellis, if he's not calling the plays, that takes out one opportunity or one possibility or place in the game where he could mess up.
Yeah, but you got too many adults in the room along with himself. He understands what he's done as far as the pros and the cons of his coaching career here at Nebraska. And I think that Scott knows he wants to have a winning record. He wants to do what's right based on being a game facilitator, someone who's a game manager, and you manage your players' emotion. You manage, you make the difficult call. So if it's 4th and 1 on your own 45-yard line, do you go for it or do you don't go for it? He makes that executive call at that point, in the 9th hour call. And I think Scott's going to do a great job of making that call. So I would hope that you hire guys to do the job that you hired them for.
I agree.
And then you let them do the job. Then you can always be like, hey, that was Coach Whipple's fault.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So we can talk about that in 2 ways. Hiring the coaches like the offensive coordinator, the run game coordinator, the offensive line coach to do their job, but also the head coach to do the job of the head coach.
Which is what?
Be a manager.
Yeah,
we always talk about the
people.
CEO role. You don't have to do too much. Let the people that you're putting your trust in do their job. Let the offense coordinator coordinate the offense. Let the head coach the whole team.
I was wondering where that was going.
Coach the Heads.
I was wondering where you were going.
Nah, come on.
Keep going.
Anyway.
I was reminded on the text line that Nate said, this is for you, Vershawn, because we forgot to mention this. Nate said that 5 wins would be enough this season if they beat Iowa and Wisconsin.
But see, my problem with that is
then you look who you're losing to.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. I wanted to call or text in, but it was like towards the end of the show. And I was gonna be like, okay, so you beat your two lower level non-con. You beat Iowa, Wisconsin. Who's your one other win? Because if you want to say Northwestern, if you want to say Rutgers, that means you lost to Northwestern, you lost to Purdue, you lost to Illinois, you lost to Indiana.
Listen, 6-6.
Yikes.
Let's just talk 6-6. Let's say we lost 6 games.
Okay.
The 3 obvious games: Wisconsin,
Iowa.
Well, that's not obvious to me. Wisconsin, Michigan,
Wisconsin's not obvious
Oklahoma.
to me.
Well, none of these games are obvious to me.
Well,
I look at Wisconsin.
Saying,
I look at Wisconsin. I go, man, they got a really bad quarterback in Graham Mertz.
Well,
I know,
okay,
but
okay.
no.
You
I'm
haven't
saying
beaten Wisconsin in forever, and you haven't beaten Iowa since.
you haven't beaten anybody. You haven't beaten anybody. So 6-6. Here, let me just give them to you: Michigan, Iowa, Wisconsin, Oklahoma. Now, those are 4 games that I don't think if we played well, I don't think people would be mad.
Those are the games that you are okay with losing by 1 score if you win all the games you're supposed to.
They're not coin flips. They're a little heavier on the opposing team side, but it's not by much.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So if you play well, and by playing well, I mean disciplined, don't turn the ball over, limit penalties, and you just lose a hard-fought Big Ten game, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah,
but because let's say they do lose those 4 games.
Who's the other 2? Who's the other 2?
Oh, you're saying 6 games.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Because he said if we went 5-7, we'd be okay. I'm saying okay.
Let's
Nate,
just go 500.
Let's go 6-6.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the 2 games that we lose to is who?
Minnesota
and probably Purdue.
Nebraska has something with Purdue that they can't get over.
You lose to Minnesota and you lose to Purdue. That's not a winning season.
You're not competing for a Big Ten title.
No,
you're not competing for anything at 6-6.
The new era
Big 12
Pinstripe
North,
Bowl.
Big 10 North, are you?
Then the new era Pinstripe Bowl.
Let's head to
against
New York.
K-State.
You're going to
the whole season is saved.
Pinstripe is against ACC, isn't it?
Yeah, Pinstripe's ACC.
We don't want to go to Pinstripe. We want to go against the Big 12.
I don't know.
I don't know what the crossovers are there.
Know. Is there even? It might just be a random bowl.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a crossover.
I don't. You know what? I don't even want to go to the Big 12. I want to be in the conversation.
That would be nice.
So okay, let's actually think about this theory because I was at 8-4, then I bounced back to 7-5. Now I'm slowly starting to creep back to 8-4. Here's something interesting. So we mentioned those 4 losses, right? Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, and Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's okay. We talk about close losses and the 1-score losses, which I get tired of bringing up every single day almost. However, this season, let's say Nebraska goes 1-score losses to those 4 teams. So they have 4 losses on the year. That means they win 8 games. And they beat all the teams that they're supposed to beat, which if you look back at the last 4 years has been something that Nebraska has not done.
It's almost been impossible.
So once again, when you talk about development and you talk about progress, and actually having the changes that Nebraska puts in place in the offseason translate to success and wins in the season, that is something you can point to because you're beating Purdue, you're beating Illinois, you're beating Northwestern and Minnesota, and then you're also beating your crossover game outside of Michigan.
I never thought in a million years we'd be talking about, when I left school, I never thought
absolutely
in a million
not.
years that we'd be talking about Northwestern, Minnesota, Purdue,
Vershawn,
Rutgers,
just a couple of the records.
Maryland.
Think about this. You're 1-4 against Purdue. You are 2-2 against Illinois. You are 1-3 against Minnesota. You are 0-3 against Wisconsin because in 2020 their game got canceled, and then you're 0-4 against Iowa.
Oh, Northwestern, you didn't say that record.
I think they're 3-1 or 2-2.
3-1.
They are 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah. Let's end that on a positive note.
There you go. 3-1.
You're beating Pat Fitzgerald.
Yeah, the ticket.
Fat Fitzgerald.
Yeah, wait, Fat Fitzgerald.
Fat Fitzgerald.
Okay, let's not play with that.
Hey, he was a good linebacker.
But I want to read this real quick. Our record is the most important factor right now. We need to win at least 7 games, or Nebraska should move on to the next coach. I don't care about wins over Wisconsin or Iowa.
Bingo.
If we have a losing record, just win, baby.
I agree, because how much stock are you putting in Wisconsin and Iowa?
None.
Like, how much does a win over Wisconsin or Iowa tell you if Nebraska loses to Purdue, Illinois, Northwestern?
That's always the thing.
It tells you nothing.
If you beat the good teams, that doesn't make you feel better about losing to the bad teams because
No,
you
it doesn't.
should have beaten the bad teams.
It doesn't erase it, and that's where I'm saying, like, if Nebraska loses to Northwestern, I'm not sure an Oklahoma win negates that, because at the end of the day, Oklahoma's not in your conference. It means it puts no stock into you competing for a Big Ten West division.
Mhm.
So yes, it'd be great to beat Oklahoma, especially after if Nebraska somehow loses Northwestern, but I don't think they will. But I don't think it negates it, because then think about this. This is how important Northwestern is. It's the same conversation as we were having at last year before Illinois was. Now this year you have Northwestern, and you let's say Nebraska starts 0-1. Let's knock on wood they don't. I don't think they do, and everybody else agrees with me. They will beat Northwestern. But then you follow it up with 2 games against North Dakota and Georgia Southern. And we're having the same conversation of
who we play after that, by the way.
Oklahoma.
But
Here's why I say that. See, you get 2 little wash-up games sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a setup.
It could be a setup, but also it's like, what do you know about your program after week 3? If you go out and you lose to a really bad Northwestern team, and then you follow it up with 2 home wins against North Dakota and Georgia Southern. As of the spread, as of this morning, the spreads for North Dakota was Nebraska by 29.5, and the spreads for Georgia Southern was Nebraska by 20.5. So if you go out there and you win by 14 points, it's going to look great on the scoreboard. But if Nebraska turns over the football twice against Georgia Southern or just once and has penalties, what does that tell you going into Oklahoma? It's the same conversation we were having last year. We had no idea what team Nebraska was going into Norman last year because you lost to Illinois and you were guessing and you messed up on guessing wrong. You guessed wrong. Then you followed it up with Fordham and Buffalo, which Buffalo was encouraging to an extent. But then you went into Oklahoma going, okay, we liked what we saw out of Fordham and Buffalo, but we still lost to Illinois, so we don't know what this team is like.
Nobody was giving Nebraska a chance.
No, they were a 17.5-point dog. No way. But to Nebraska's credit,
they showed up.
They showed up and they played well, despite losing their starting running back early on in the game.
Just win, baby.
Yeah, just win. But you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. No one wants to lose to Northwestern. Oh, we beat Oklahoma though.
Like that's what I'm saying. I don't think it negates it.
Yeah,
Northwestern went winless in their
Dusty
out of
said
conference.
it best. It would just be a fluke.
Northwestern
Bingo.
went winless in their out of
Amen,
conference.
Dusty.
Won every conference game and made the Big Ten championship game. So
Wait, listen, the captain was taking 93.7.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
It's time for today's STEM tip. Okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Join Nebraska Public Media and Trailblazers in women's athletics Saturday, June 18th for a live event celebrating the 50th anniversary of Title IX legislation. Join me, Aaron Sorensen, along with 3-time Olympic medalist and Nebraska volleyball standout Jordan Larson, plus Carol Frost, Peaches James Keaton, and Brenda Van Langen. Title IX, 50 years in the making, is Saturday, June 18th at 6 p.m. in the Coliseum at UNL. Free tickets are available at nebraskapublicmedia.org/Title IX.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is "My job is people, everyone is my business." But unfortunately, in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Sunny skies and warm temps here for your Thursday, an afternoon high of 90 with an east wind at around 10 to 15. We'll see thunderstorms develop this evening into tonight, possibly some severe weather with a low down to around 68. More of the same tomorrow. It'll be clearing with sunny skies by the afternoon and a high of 92. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson. Sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Dang. Yes. It's the captain. The ticket, 93.7. Nick's in full. He's in full Nick mode.
What does that mean?
It's you. Full Nick mode. You know what it means. I can't tell you everything. Ha! You guys downplaying Northwestern just like you do every year. Nebraska has had more talent every single year, and Northwestern gets one win every other year.
Yeah.
Northwestern just got blown out last year.
So
Northwestern is not I'm pretty sure we'll win. It's very much if our talent outplays Northwestern, we'll win, which Nebraska has done nothing the last 8 to 10 years to prove it will.
Yeah, and Travis and Lincoln is absolutely right. I mean, normally
no, he's not.
No. He's
winning.
No,
Trav.
he's absolutely right in saying that Northwestern usually backs up a 3-9 year with a 9-3 year. They reverse. That's how Pat Fitzgerald works, and that's enough for Northwestern. However,
who you saying is going to win the game, Travis?
However, Northwestern this year, bad. They're over under on how many wins in all the sports books and things. I understand you might people out there might not think those are accurate. However, and that's what we can go off of right now. 2.5. The over under is 2.5, which means they are either getting 2 wins or they are getting 3 wins. So with that in mind, Northwestern is really bad.
Listen, our mentality has to change. The way we think has got to change. We cannot consider Northwestern a team on our level. We cannot consider Purdue a team on our level. I know what it looked like the last 4 or 5 years, but there's something that's called playing down to the talent that you're playing against.
Yeah.
We've played down. You don't be in games and you're that close, and all of a sudden, some people say, oh, we played up. No, we didn't play up. We played down because if you take away the mistakes against every single team we played last year, take away, I'm not even going to say all the mistakes, take away 2 turnovers. The season looks completely different. So I'm not on the notion that I'm not saying Northwest is just a garbage team, but I'm going to tell you right now, Northwest shouldn't even be compared. It shouldn't even be in a conversation when you talk about Nebraska. Do you put Northwest in the conversation when you talk about Alabama?
No, but
LSU?
Nebraska's not in the conversation when you talk about Alabama.
Nobody is. But my point is, what about LSU? You put Northwestern and LSU together?
No, but once again, Nebraska's not in the LSU discussion.
What level would Northwestern be on? Yeah, they are. LSU wasn't even that good last year.
In regards to records, the last couple of years, and in the time that Scott Frost has been the coach, Nebraska and Northwestern and Illinois and Purdue and Minnesota are all on the same field.
Again,
you're basing this conversation off potential, and I'm okay with that.
No. Yeah, I am. You're right. I am basing it off of what we've done and
what we've done this offseason. Yeah.
Yep. Well, no, I'm basing it off of us getting our identity back. Our identity as Nebraska football players back.
You're absolutely right.
Once we get that identity back, it's a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as we don't know who we are and we're around here parading around as a fun and gun offense and a pretty 3-4 defense and a fluff special teams, no, you're not going to be considered in the top echelons of football. But that's who Nebraska was. Nebraska was a hard-nosed defense. I'm going to sock it to you offense, and we're going to hit you in the mouth on special teams. That's who we were. We didn't make very many mistakes. We wasn't jumping off sides 1,000 times a game. We didn't have 10 penalties.
It's
if you
discipline.
got 10, all discipline. So to me, when it's something that small yet big, when you deal with the discipline part, that's good for at least 3 games.
Yep.
It's good for 3 games. So I don't know. I definitely get what we're saying about Northwestern. I'm just simply saying the conversation should never be moving forward that we're comparing ourselves to acting as if it's a coin toss if we beat Northwestern.
Now, with that being said, Nebraska kicked their behinds last year 56-7. And if Nebraska, as long as Nebraska backs that up this year, they get farther away from the Northwesterns of the world. That's the worst part is going into the season. We have to evaluate it and be real on where Nebraska has been, and where they've been is in the conversation with Illinois, with Northwestern, with Minnesota, with Purdue. However, now at the end of this year, we're going to hopefully be able to say now they're trending towards the conversation of Iowa, Wisconsin, Penn State, Michigan State. That's all you can hope for. That's all you can hope for.
I'll still put us in the middle of that row, in the middle of that pack. I think when you hear Nebraska, you think about Penn State, you think about Iowa, you think about Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? You don't think Purdue.
I disagree.
You don't think Minnesota?
I disagree. I think the people in Nebraska might not think about Purdue and Minnesota, but on a national scale, in the rest of the Big Ten Conference, they think about Nebraska, Minnesota, Rutgers.
John says, Rashawn, I got Nebraska 48, Northwestern 6. A good old-fashioned butt kick and go Big Red, John. See?
I'm in.
Listen, we're going to run it down their throat.
I think so, too.
But I like what Jory says as well. I mean, he's got a point here. He says, we can be great again, but you guys have to realize that what we did in the 90s does not work right now. Some things do and some things don't because times have changed. You shouldn't expect less of a football at Nebraska, but college football has changed dramatically, and Frost is suffering through the difficult transition. Yeah, I think mentality is everything, the way you think. Mentality does not make you go out and run your mouth. Mentality makes you go out and work for it, okay? I know I wanted a new car at 16 years old, not a brand new one, but a new used one. I knew I did. So do I run around to all my family and ask them, hey, can you give me $50? Can you give me $50? $50, $50, $50, $50, $50? Or do I go to work, save my quarters, and then go buy me a car? Well, I did the latter. I worked for it. I wanted it. I was enthused about it, but it takes work to go get it.
Yeah.
Period. You want to read Travis and Lincoln?
Absolutely. Travis and Lincoln, and this will be before we get to break here. Fellas, piggybacking on my previous text, I 100% agree Nebraska does need to get their identity back. If you go off of potential alone, you should be top 1 or 2 in the West every year. I agree. However, that hasn't been the case. It's what you have done for me lately, and that's what we have to look at. Vershawn, LSU is on a whole other level than Nebraska. An SEC comparison to Nebraska would probably be Kentucky or Tennessee.
Not last year. I'm going off of last year.
I don't even know.
LSU wasn't very good.
Going off of last year, I'm not sure Kentucky would be on, or Nebraska would be on Kentucky.
I would agree with that 100%. I'm just saying and we appreciate that, Travis and Lincoln. I'm just saying on a level when we think Nebraska football, we have got to stop thinking bottom feeders.
Well, and the only way that you can do that is by beating the teams you're supposed to beat.
Yeah, and what does it take to do that? Hard work, discipline, doing more.
DP had a heck of a saying today on the spillover. He said something along the lines of extra work isn't extra work when extra work isn't extra work when you stop calling it extra work.
It's just work.
It's just work.
It's just work.
When you stop thinking about extra work as extra, it's just work.
It's just you had to get it done.
That I kind of had some problems trying to say that.
But that's the same thing when we talk about who we are and our mentality. Our mentality has to change. We got to dig way deeper. Whatever we did last year, don't do that again. And
Please
if
don't.
not, dig a little bit deeper and go 50% more of what you did last year, because last year ain't going to work.
Yeah.
It's a new year. It's a new time. The ticket, 93.7 the guy.
Nominations for the Serve Nebraska Step Forward Awards are now open. Volunteers are making Nebraska communities stronger every day. Help us celebrate their hard work by nominating the volunteers in your life. The Step Forward Awards are the most prestigious awards for volunteerism in the state, and honorees are hand-selected by Nebraska's governor. Learn more about the Step Forward Awards and submit a nomination by July 1st at serve.nebraska.gov. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. Are you or someone you love at risk of an opioid overdose? Get the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Opie Rescue can guide you through the steps of how to respond to an opioid overdose. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue today.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Join Sutter Heyman Jewelers for Ring Fest, June 16th through the 19th at South Point in Lincoln. Shop Nebraska's largest selection of engagement rings, wedding bands, and fashion rings. This is the biggest event of the year with savings up to 50% off. Explore over $1 million in dazzling bridal and fashion designs June 16th through the 19th. Book your appointment today at SarterHeyman.com and get a $100 gift card. Sarter Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
I'm Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jackamick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Turn it on. Turn this thing on. We are back. The Captain, the Ticket, 93.7. www.wingstop.com. Man, 3 locations here in Lincoln, 50th and O Street, 29th Pine Lake Road, or 28th in Superior. You can also, if you're going through on 80 and going to Denver or wherever else you're going, stop in Grand Island. They got a Wingstop there as well. So tonight, though, we're going to be at Mary Ellen's. And you might want to be at Mary Ellen's with us because we're going to be just kind of kicking it. The water cooler on the block with Strickenbach, 3 to 9, all types of different people being. Are you going to Mary Ellen's?
I will be going shortly after 4, but then I got to head over to the Salt Dogs game.
Oh, you're throwing out the first pitch, right?
I am.
You guys want to get over there and see what type of athlete Nick is? You want to see what type of athlete Nick is? He's throwing the first pitch out. And I'm going to need somebody from the text line to report back on how he does. Matter of fact, just film it and then text it in tomorrow.
There you go.
He says he's going to throw a strike. How many mile an hour?
I don't know. Probably
60 guy?
I'm not going to try to throw as hard as I can.
So you're about a 45er.
I'll throw above 50.
I don't believe that. You know,
I've topped out. Just a
top
month
out
ago.
what?
I topped out at 78.
So is that what I got to look forward to when I take
that's what the fastball.
When I take you deep.
That's what the fastball. Now, see,
out the park.
There's something called speed change that you need to know
You don't
about.
know nothing about that speed change. I wish you would
Speed
try
change
to throw
and movement.
a change up at me, or
I won't.
Or a slider.
It will be slider.
Or
12. Here,
is there a spinner pitch?
I'll tell you my pitch arsenal.
What's your pitch arsenal?
Four seam, two seam, cut fastball, slider, 12-6 curve.
This dude right here, he knows I don't know anything about that.
I'll tell you all the movement.
12-6.
Four seam, just
seam,
right at it. Okay.
Come
Cut fastball, just nice little side to side movement.
Okay.
Two seam goes down and into your right. Are you a righty?
Yeah.
So it'll go down and in.
Okay.
It'll have some tail. Okay. Slider, obviously in the name, it slides.
Yeah.
12-6 curve. Think about it like a clock. Starts at the 12, ends at the 6.
Oh, but it's coming like this way.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I didn't know anything about that. Anyway, we'll be at Mary Ellen's, 28th and Pine Lake, from 3 to 9.
Do I have a spitball?
From 3 to 9.
I can get one.
Come hang out with us and the Husker athletes as well. Let Charles and company fix you a plate. They got all types of different items: brisket, catfish, pulled pork sandwich, slab of ribs, hot butter wings, smoked cheeseburger, baked beans, cornbread, collard greens, coleslaw, grits, shrimp and grits, mac and cheese, potato salad, and more.
How about this? We got the official scorekeeper for the Salt Dogs on here.
What?
Jeremy.
Where?
How about that? 8-4. Jeremy, as the official scorekeeper for the Salt Dogs, I'll make sure to report back tomorrow, VJ.
Hey, listen, Jeremy.
How about that?
I appreciate what you're doing, Jeremy. Report back. Matter of fact, Jeremy, record it. Because he claims...
No, Mark's going to record it.
Mark's going to record it.
Mark will record it
Right,
because we'll be on the field.
He claims that he's going to throw a strike.
I believe so. I just need to not bounce it, and I need to not airmail it.
So, all right, you heard it, Jeremy.
That is all I care about.
Jeremy, 8-4. We need to get that done. He said, "Does Justin does he have a spitball? What do you mean by that?
Spit on the ball, spitball.
Oh, a spitball.
Like in my pitch arsenal.
Do you have a spitball?
No, I do not. Don't worry, Vershawn.
But do pitchers throw a spitball?
No. It's
That's
just
a joke.
Yeah, I mean, I could throw a knuckle. I
don't believe.
I could throw a knuckleball to you.
I don't think so. I don't believe you got a knuckleball. You need to be thinking about throwing a knuckleball at Nate.
Ooh, Henry bets $10 that I'm going to bounce it. Henry, I'll take you up on that.
I'll make sure the speed pitch is on the first pitches too. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Let's see it. Thomas and Lincoln says Nick be drinking the Kool-Aid, but it's on his own throwing ability. I threw a bullpen about a couple weeks ago. My arm only hurt for a day after. So normally it usually hurts for about 3 or 4 days, but it felt pretty good, and it was just the shoulder. So we're feeling all right now. We're good. We're good. I'm actually pretty pleased with how I'm throwing recently.
Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased about it.
Oh, man.
All right, so are you leaving?
It's 150.
It is 150.
Hey, listen, tomorrow, Friday.
Are you leaving?
Fun Fact Fridays. Yes, I am. Fun Fact Fridays on the Captain, the Ticket. If you got any fun facts.
So me and Rico are coming up next.
Yeah. Well, is it the water cooler?
Well, no. We got one more segment of Vershawn, of the Captain.
Where?
Right now.
Yeah, Rico's coming in for that. Because VJ's got to.
Yeah, Vershawn's got to go.
I'm going to be in Lincoln for a while, man. I got stuff to do.
What you got to do?
I got to go on the radio and be at Mary Ellen's at 4.
What you got to go do between 1:50
Mary Ellen's
and between 1:50 and 4 p.m.
Mary Ellen's. I might be going to the university. I might have a meeting down there. Don't you want to know?
No, I don't actually.
You do.
No, I don't.
You are in a mood today.
Nah, I'm not in any mood.
Hey,
man.
listen, I'm signing out, but I can't wait for tomorrow. It's the Captain, the Ticket, 93.7. Holla at your boy,
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back with Vershawn Jackson. Sponsored by Wingstop on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. The final segment. VJ is off and running. And it's going to be like a 2-minute segment, but it's me and Rico.
He just dipped on us.
Yeah, he just left.
He's like, I'm out.
So he told me where he was going, but...
Are you going to share that information?
No, because... I don't know. He said something about doesn't want to give anybody free publicity or any reason to make fun of him, so...
Okay.
He just has an appointment.
All right.
It's all chill.
Hey, super secret agent stuff. That's what he's doing.
Rico, we got an exciting show coming up.
Yeah, we do.
We are going to talk a lot of College World Series. It starts tomorrow.
Baseball.
We'll have Ty Richardson he has a sports talk radio show from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. down in Arkansas. He's up in Omaha right now, and covering the Hogs, the Arizona
Hogs.
Yes, the
Arkansas.
Arkansas Razorbacks. Talk about kind of their season, what Omaha's like, how many times has he been to Omaha, things like that. This is the Razorbacks' 11th trip to the College World Series as a program.
I want to ask him what makes this team different from last year's team, and
Bingo.
how like disappointed, but like how like disheartening it was that a team that, for all intents and purposes, I mean, they were ranked number 1, but in all reality, like, was the favorite if they would have made it to win the whole thing. Like, how disheartening it was to get eliminated in the Supers, and then the team that eliminated you didn't even get to play a second game in Omaha.
Exactly. So that was NC State, the team that Rico's referring to. So we'll talk to Ty here at 2:30 today. Just kind of talk some college baseball and just College World Series in general, because it's an exciting time. I was telling Mark before.
Does Dave Van Horn talk about his time at Nebraska?
Maybe. I was talking to Mark this morning after early break, and I was just like, man, it makes me realize once we get up to like the day before and the day of that the College World Series starts, makes me realize how juiced up this place would be if Nebraska was in the College World Series. Like, I can't even imagine what would be going through my mind and my body today.
First off,
if Nebraska was in.
First off, we would be down there.
We would be up there.
That'd be awesome.
I would love to be up there.
Up,
yeah. It's up to the right.
It is slightly
It's
further
slightly
north.
up to the
Yeah,
right.
you're right.
Yeah, so we would be up in Omaha. But unfortunately, we're not. We are here in studio. And I did buy College World Series tickets, though, for next Wednesday. $95.
Random game?
Random game.
Love
It's the 6 p.m., though. So
you get the expensive ones.
Yeah, they're not cheap, unfortunately.
Well, you can't really take
I
off
can't do
because
anything right
working.
now, but yeah, I know. I wish I could take off Friday, but Rico took Friday off.
You're
so
taking next Friday
this
off.
That's right, I am. And I'm dipping out of here at 3 p.m. on Thursday.
Yeah, you could definitely make it.
I could. Man, next week's going to be interesting. I got the okay, I got to figure out a couple things. Okay, anyway, I got to go on I'm going on vacation next Thursday, so.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
no
like
way.
you're always
It's like
gone.
I'm always on vacation.
Wow. Even when you are here, you're on vacation.
How am I on vacation right
Your
now?
brain don't work very well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks, Rico. Unnamed texter says, Nick, I know they lost, but what are your thoughts on Tennessee making baseball fun? Making baseball fun, great. I wanted to talk about this actually with Rico, and we'll carry this over into 2 o'clock because now that it's me and Rico, we just can go whenever we want.
Do whatever we want.
Yeah, we can just do whatever we want. So as long as we get the legal ID in here in a couple minutes, we'll be all good. So this is Nathan and I actually had a topic about college baseball in the NCAA because they took Virginia Tech's hammer. Tennessee, I kind of wish Tennessee was in the College World Series. And here's why.
I was going to say why.
There is a guy on their team that throws 105.5 miles per hour.
That's wild.
Okay. He's topped out at that multiple times. At 105, he's
Didn't
topped
he hit
out.
107? Or was it somebody else?
Maybe he did. Either way, what's the really when you get up to triple digits? What's the difference?
I mean, honestly, once you hit like 99 and above, like
You're right.
There's
no difference. Like you're throwing hard, and it's a blur. Like it is
honestly,
a blur
when it's being thrown that fast. I wouldn't know because I'm not a professional, and there's no way I'd be able to tell at all. But I feel like you're just swinging. You're not.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I mean, think about it. I mean, even if a pitch is 85 miles an hour, your brain has such a small amount of time to decide if it's a good idea to swing or not.
Mm-hmm.
That when you ramp that up by 98 or by 13 miles an hour and go to 98 or even more up to triple digits, holy smokes! It's just unbelievable because nowadays you look at a guy like Kumar Rocker, right? He's always one of them that comes to mind all the time, who threw triple digits pretty regularly, or even Aroldis Chapman, who could throw it 102 consistently and then take about 13 or 14 miles an hour off and throw a slider for 89 miles an hour. Like 89, 89 mile an hour slider. It's unbelievable.
The amount of break and speed is just disgusting.
Yeah, it's nasty. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. We'll be right back here.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Adon says, is Nick part-time now? I am not.
No.
I am still full-time. Full-time, 40 hours. But since I'm filling in for so the reason, I mean, we can say this. The reason that I have not been here till noon the last couple of days is because I've been doing the 6 a.m. show. So
we got to give us just time to rest.
Just some time off, and I got to make sure I don't go, Yeah, Mark's shaking his head.
Plus,
like,
nobody
nah,
want nobody
no
look
rest.
look. Nobody wants him here that
nobody
long.
wants to listen to me from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Be honest, even
till
if you
11
like
to
him.
3.
Even if you like him.
Or 4 now because I was helping out with the water cooler.
I don't want to listen to Nick that long.
They don't. I don't want to listen to myself that long. So no, I'm not part-time. Right, Mark? Am I part-time?
Wait, are you?
Wait. Crap.
Adon, do you know something
Is
we don't know?
Adon friends with Mark? Because Mark came back here right when Adon asked that.
Mark, are you Adon? Huh. I knew it. Get off your phone.
Funny. Professor Rick asks, well, I'm not going to read it all, but I'll just tell you, Professor Rick, I am going to Calamus Reservoir. So not to that place that you mentioned.
Oh, Professor Rick.
Oh, Professor Rick.
It's pretty funny, though.
Somebody asks, Nick, how far did you make it playing baseball at Pius? Did you ever see varsity action?
Dang.
That hurts. Yeah, no, I saw varsity action both sophomore, junior, and senior year.
Look at you.
So
varsity guy.
I didn't play a whole lot my sophomore year, but I suited up. And then junior and senior year, I played the catcher.
Suiting up still counts.
It does. Won a district title junior year as well.
You were one rolled ankle away from getting in. Maybe two.
Bingo.
I actually don't
That's
know.
why I didn't hit the transfer portal.
Proud of you.
It's because I was just one injury away.
Easily could have gone to Lincoln East.
Easily could have transferred, but I didn't.
Could have gone to.
I wanted to bunt.
Southwest, Southeast, Northeast, North Star, High,
Norris.
There's so many schools.
Dude, Norris would have been. Norris
Shout
is
out
good
Norris.
at baseball.
You would have had a Florida State offer your
8th grade year.
8th grade year.
Yeah, I should have went to Norris.
Darn.
Dang it. What was I thinking? All right, let's go ahead and hit the out here. I need to scroll up
Yeah,
here.
we need to get to our own.
All right, yeah, we got to get to our own show. We'll continue this topic on the other side. Here's the deal. It's Thursday, so technically we have the tip jar. If you guys want to participate, ask us anything about any literally anything. Professional questions,
good.
Personal questions.
We might not answer them.
We might not answer the personal ones, but you can, send them in.
I'll consider it.
We'll absolutely consider it. Not too worried about anything going on. So, I am throwing out the first pitch.
Yeah.
Tonight. So we're gonna
So everybody show up to the Salt Dogs.
Yeah, come
game.
out. It's the Dock Hounds, Lake County Dock Hounds playing the Salt Dogs.
Is
tonight.
that a thing? I've never heard of them. The Dock Hounds. That's not real. No way. Fake team.
It's the Dock Hounds.
Fake team.
We'll look them up. Thomas and Lincoln greets us with a friendly hello. Says some of my least favorite ticket people.
Oh, I love you too.
Says Nick, you are growing in the rankings because you are 4 for 4 for Song of the Day. By the way, it was a straight 10, man. Darn right it was.
Look at you.
I gotta go 5 for 5 tomorrow.
You should play the one that we were talking about in the hallway. I don't remember which one it was now, but we were talking about one that was really good.
I already got my one.
Oh, you got it
tomorrow.
set. You ready?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
All right, we are done for today. Get your text in for the tip jar. We'll answer them in a couple minutes. See ya. Working at Continental.